Fish today.
Oh, we're not doing an intro this evening. Hey, welcome to Smallmouth Crush Live, sponsored by Thayer's Marine. Big shout out to everybody watching us tonight. It's always a lovely
Cheers.
time. Every Monday, 8 p.m. Eastern, you can find myself as well as Eric when he's not hanging off a saltwater pier trying to catch halibut or whatever you catch out there.
Halibut.
There are 17.
Uh-oh. There we go.
Sometimes we have some fun guests.
And tonight,
We don't have any guests.
I got one that's fun you could bring on. He might be a little too much for you to handle tonight.
Oh, yeah, we're going to keep it short tonight.
Okay, let's keep it short.
We're going to keep it short. There's two
We can
things
do it.
on the agenda that I want to talk about. One is a little incident I had on the water. And number
tell.
two is we'll just talk about a tournament we fished yesterday and kind of what's going on out there.
Yeah, and I can review my first time on the water bass fishing since my crash. And I fished a tournament on Saturday on the Potomac, man. Just showed up. Hadn't made a cast with a bass rod since May 23rd.
Tonight's show is sponsored by Camus Jack.
Camus Jack. Check that out.
And
What is Camus Jack? Is that like
I
a
know,
margarita?
it's a margarita thing. I'm trying to drink clean when I do drink, which is rare
Okay.
now. I've been eating clean now for over 40 days.
How you feeling?
Good, real good.
Tell me the difference. Like from how you felt to how you feel now eating clean.
Not as sluggish, still dead tired at times. But
Yeah.
that's because,
Well, I mean, you're up every day, right? Bed to late. Yeah. That's just, function of what you do. No sleeping in, right? And so
That's
margarita represents clean drinking.
well, cleaner than a IPA or something like that.
I don't know. I mean, tell me why. Is tequila a cleaner
Well,
alcohol?
I just feel like not as much additives, no gluten.
Ah,
It's
okay.
still bad for you. I do
yeah,
not
you're right. The
condone it.
gluten thing. So maybe less carbohydrates because it's not made from wheat.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, good. Glad you're feeling less sluggish.
I feel like I am.
You came out with a good intro, man. High energy tonight.
Oh, yeah. Let's keep it going. So,
Yeah, let's do it.
I
What else
want
you
to
want
thank
to talk about?
everybody watching here. I'm just going down the list. Jeff Riddle, haven't seen him in here in a while.
Yep.
Darius,
let's
of
see.
course. Bo Judd.
Yeah. What
David
up? Doug
Jr.,
Stewart, E Stack, Brian Wisniewski, Wave Currents and
Matthew,
Ice, Smallmouth Junkie, Darius King.
Ryan
Come on.
Rasmussen.
Yeah, the Adagram. Let's go.
Oh, DMT. Absolutely.
I don't. What is that? Is that a band?
Yes, it's a band.
That's right. They sing that song I was playing for you.
It's a band. Hey, we'll wait for some more people to get on, but I do have a quick
Sure.
little flavor to ask.
Okay, of the viewers,
Yes.
let's hear it.
Not yet. We're gonna let the
Oh,
room
you're
load up. Oof.
You're going to marinate it a little bit. Okay, I got you. That's good. That's good. Well, it sounds like we both fished tournaments this weekend, so we'll
Before
have
we even talk about your tournament, Eric, I want to know what's new at the Bass Lab. Anything this week? I'm
Man.
awfully curious, and I know our viewers are as well.
Yeah, I'm working on a summer sizzle box.
Wow.
And yeah, man, we'll release that.
You
next
better
Monday.
get that out.
I know,
Time's flying away.
Time's flying, man. It'll
Maybe
be worth
call it
the wait.
the fall bass blast box.
Oh, it's late summer sizzle box, man. But it'll catch them in fall too because of what I'm putting in it. So yeah, it's just. And I found a new little finesse teak, bro. I think I'm going to open your eyes. Yeah, we might have to save that for the PHYXTV because it's that good.
Oh,
It's that good.
okay.
It's that good. Outfishing the Senko 5-1. That's hard to do. Like when they're finicky. This is a high pressure, like front and pressured fish situation.
I got it.
No scope involved either.
No, of course not.
I'm just saying. I mean, so, you got a scope on the front, scent going, and you've got me in the back blind, and it's 5-1, including a last cast 3-pound call. How about that? We still lost by 2, just like you. So what are you going to do?
I had a client, speaking to 5-1. I had a client today, and his buddy was catching a little more fish right away than him.
Okay. What was he doing different? Did you notice?
Oh, well, I'm not sure, but tomorrow I have him again. We're going to talk about setting the hook.
Yeah. Okay. So hook sets are important, but I love those moments where somebody's out catching the other.
Well, I think what happened was we figured it out.
Okay. You want to talk about that? That's kind of not jumping into
I had a little bag. I had a bag of Little Generals laying out.
Yep. And
on the packaging itself, it said, "Will catch 45% more fish." And he read that. And that was probably because he was throwing a twin tail grub on his.
Isn't it crazy? So for smallies, and let's hear it from the viewers too, are smallies more tuned into scent than largies?
I won't know. Travis? I won't know, but I do know that I don't care what people say about them being sight fishing, sight feeders and all that. There's something to be said with a little bit of scent on whatever bait you got.
I honestly can't disagree, because my first experience with Max Scent was at Deep Creek Lake in Western Maryland using Mega 360. So we weren't live, but we saw fish on hardcover. You could see them. And I was fishing a very well-known drop shot bait. Travis, you know this bait well. Lots of people fish it. It's iconic. Sure. It catches them. It's the right color, right? For that body of water. I fished it a lot and caught a lot of smallmouth on it. So we were using somebody else's boat, and in the boat were packages of Max Scent. So the guy who borrowed the boat, this is Justin from Deep Creek Docks, man. He goes, "I'm breaking out one of those packages." So he opens up a fresh package. It's a flatworm, and it is in one of the best colors they make. First cast, boom, smallie. Second cast, boom, smallie. Third cast, boom, smallie. And I'm casting right in the school. I'm like, that's it. Give me one. First cast, boom, for me, smallie. Second cast, boom, smallie. Nothing huge.
Or maybe it was the bait too. Maybe you had the wrong bait on, and it just didn't want that bait.
We had same shape and profile, same color.
There's no way to prove that scent matters.
I promise you, bro. It was the scent.
There's no way to prove it.
Absolutely is. If you're fishing the same school of fish, same shape and profile, same color,
it's not the same fall, color. Same wiggle,
same color, same shape.
What was the bait you were throwing? That was
I cannot say, because it's one of my secret little baits. It's a PHYXTV moment. Yes, same shape and profile. It wasn't like elastic material to a regular plastic material. It was literally same color pattern.
I got.
We had that match to that color pattern.
All right, let's talk. Yeah. Let's finish up your tournament recap.
Well, I hadn't even started.
Oh, well, let's begin.
Well, no, I think you go first, because you this is your show. You came in third.
Well, first of all, I want to talk about an incident. Maybe we'll talk.
Oh, yeah, do the
let me get this out of the way, guys. Many of you know I partnered with Tackle Warehouse, and I do want to put this link right here in the comments for those that are watching. If you're going to order your tackle through Tackle Warehouse, if you could just use that link first, maybe you could copy it right here, right now, while you're on your computer, if you are.
Yeah.
And put that in your bookmarks. And then next time you need to go to Tackle Warehouse, it literally just shows credit that it came through Smallmouth Crush. There's unfortunately no discount, but it would definitely help. I want to know in the comments if any of you guys have used that link as well while we're going through. But I do appreciate it. I'll put that up from time to time, because I do have to promote it. I would like to promote it a lot more. But I will say this right now. If you go on Tackle Warehouse, you can get the Ned Rig color that I've been using quite a bit, almost half off, I think. Don't quote me, but it's the cinnamon with purple flake. I don't know how long it's going to be there, but if you can use that link and you want to grab some of those, you can. Otherwise, they're like $8.99.
That's the Leal General.
Little General.
Yeah, as Gary, not Gary, but
Thanks,
as yeah, Hank Parker would say, Leal General.
Yeah.
Leal General. That's right. That's right. Because Larry Nixon is the general. This is the Leal General. So that was named after Larry Nixon, who is known as the General.
Thanks, Mark D.
Right on.
Thanks, Frank.
Excellent. Excellent. There you go, man. Done. He's making an order tonight.
Appreciate it.
And by the way, what's new at the Bass Lab? Maybe if you're new tonight and you haven't tuned in, new bass art on the Bass Lab. Travis, would you mind throwing that up there on the bottom of the screen? Bass Lab, everything Big Cartel. Come on.
It's so
Morning Wood, man. Morning Wood. You can look at that, man. How easy was that? With a click of a button. I appreciate that. Lots more stickers from Kyle Lisdill, also known as Goonie Wolf. He's got some of the best bass art in the game. So anyway, man, if you like a slap, that's a good one. Maybe I'll show off a few of the other ones, man, because, you know, who's new tonight? Let's find out. You know, we don't always ask who's new, but it's nice. Here are the other ones, guys. Tug Life, one of my faves. That's another Tug Life. Dr. Frankenstein, Bass Lab that started it all. Bassapalooza, Pier Rat, and I'm missing. Where's my river rat? Oh, I got the little river rat, but that comes in big too. That's one of my favorite for all you river rats out there, man. That's probably my most popular one, man. So, and then where's my Rise and Glide? Boom for all you big baiters out there, man. Eric Guarino wore that shirt, and I saw Mikey Balls wearing that shirt. Did you know that, Travis? He loves wearing that Rise and Glide shirt, bro, when he shoots his video. Yeah, yeah. I got to go I just restocked because I know you guys were asking me to restock. Hold for a second, Travis, while I go get, and this one I did for Travis in particular and all you northern guys, the St. Lawrence Super Tanker. So hold, please. Let me go get a fresh slap. I'll be right back.
Okay. I'm just typing in the colors I like. I can't spell cinnamon, but I'm going to attempt to.
Do your best.
Ah. What's up, Anthony?
There's the St. Lawrence Super Tanker, man. Get you one. There's a couple guys running around up north with that on their windshield. Brent Anderson, who won that big tournament Travis fished. And Brent Cartwright. Boom. And then She Thick, man. And Panger's got one of those on his boat too, man. I think Panger's got Keep On Grinding, maybe. Travis, you got Keep On Grinding on your boat. Which
no, I have none. I got a new boat.
Well, we got to send you up a slap pack. Keep On Grinding is another one. Comes in multiple sizes. Got hats, shirts, man, lures, lure collaborations, all sorts of cool stuff, man. Hard to find stuff on the site, man. And the all famous Professor packs, man.
Right,
and I'm going to load this one up. I'm going
to link one more time in the comments, you guys.
Do it. And I'm going to load that Summer Sizzle pack up with some freebies, man. So if you're in, you won't be disappointed. It comes with a money-back guarantee. You will be satisfied. Promise you. And I'm going to include that new secret little, it's so badass, I can't even stand it. It was like stealing.
All right, here's what we're going to do. Let's talk about, since I can't get Tom. So I fished a tournament with Tom. So,
oh, wait, you're incident on the water.
Oh, let's talk about that in case Tom does join us shortly.
Yeah, yeah. You don't want to go without Tom if he shows.
Okay. So let me explain the situation.
All right.
Well, there's actually two things I want to ask. I want to get everybody's feedback.
All right. Good.
And I really want to see, like, where should we start? Let's start.
I don't know.
Let's start about the guy that fishes. Every time I see him there, every time I'm there, he's there type of guy.
Right.
Okay. So I have a little area that I fish frequently.
Yep.
And it's very close to the bank.
Okay.
Yep. So people from shore can fish it as well.
Ah, interesting.
Yeah. Well, and I've seen this guy over the years before, but this is the first time I really had a conversation with him or engaged with him, right?
Right.
This isn't the incident. The incident is another story. This is just I need everybody's advice on what to do here. Okay.
Okay.
So this guy loves to fish, apparently. So he's got his little fishing hat. When I say fishing hat, what do you think of, Eric?
One of those, you know, wide brim with the thing that, you know, comes down so it doesn't blow off. Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Okay. The guy's name is George. I found that out.
All right.
All right. So George likes to fish from shore, and George loves to catch smallmouth, apparently.
Got it.
So George has a little folding chair that he brings, and he sits down on it.
All right.
He parks the silver truck right next to him.
All right.
And he proceeds to throw a weight with a little hook. Okay.
All right.
And then he's got some sort of night crawler balled up on the hook. So not even just a straight worm, it's balled up. Okay.
Okay.
So George makes these casts, and George is very successful.
Right.
At hook and smallmouth.
Yep.
Okay.
All right.
George doesn't know how to fizz.
And
I've had to pick up George's fish twice now since I've been hanging around George.
Do you fizz him for him?
No, I haven't made it to that point yet. He always asks me to bring him back so he can try to revive him. Okay. Get him down.
Do you do that?
I bring him back to him. I've done it twice.
You bring your boat right up to the shore near the rocks.
Well, that's first time
crazy.
The first time I did it.
Did you cast it to him?
I got real close, and I almost did some damage. Okay.
Yeah, because you are not one to put your boat near a rock. That's shocking.
So I had him in the net, and I handed him the net, and then he grabbed it. Okay.
Or did you bring Tom Nee's boat close to the rocks and not your?
No, that was my boat.
I'm just checking, man. All right.
So George,
does he thank you? Like, hey, man, I really appreciate it.
Yeah, he was thankful.
Is George older?
Yes.
Okay. And did you kind of say, hey, George, you know, I fizz these fish and
I have
YouTube.
Not.
Okay, you haven't introduced the concept of this is what you can do so I don't have to pick your fish up?
No.
Maybe wrap up a little fizz kit for him one time in a bow and say, George.
No, George has a lot more coming, and we're going to get into it.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. Okay, I'm still listening. I'll be right back. Oh my gosh, that's hilarious, man. Yeah. Keep going. I'm listening.
Okay. So
listening.
So George not only likes to catch smallmouth, he also apparently loves to eat smallmouth.
Oh boy.
Okay. So yes, I've seen George release fish.
Okay.
But yes, I've seen George keep fish. He has a stringer.
He has a right to.
On there. So I probably fish this area at least 5 times a week for at least a half hour.
Right.
And he's always there.
Okay, so he's got like a 10-yard stretch of shore he likes to fish. You got the whole lake, and you guys are on the same spot each week.
Correct.
How does George feel about, like, why the fuck is this boat fishing in my 10 yards?
Fine. George can't cast to where I cast.
Okay, gotcha. So you're fishing different water. Yeah,
but right there next to each other.
Yeah, okay, that's fine.
Okay.
All right. All right.
So, and that's fine. I when I first realized it, I get it. George is old. He wants to eat some fish.
Sure.
He even asked me one day, like our first conversation before I had to pick up his floating smallmouth.
Yeah.
He goes, "Are you getting any smaller ones? I can't seem to get any good eaters today."
So he doesn't want to keep the big fish. He's actually doing the fishery a favor by culling out the small eaters.
Well, listen, I've seen some pretty big fish on his stringer, you know.
Okay. How many, what's the legal limit in New York?
So I don't know what it is in Canada. I assume because we can fish tournaments, it's 5.
Okay. Oh,
So
that makes sense.
So legal right, you can have 5 smallmouth a day, and he's probably has a fishing license.
Yep.
And so if that's his prerogative and those are the rules, okay.
Right. He's good. He's following the rules. He's eating some fish. He's actually doing a favor because there's so many smallies up there.
I don't believe in that. That doesn't make any sense.
Absolutely, man. You got to thin out the population.
No,
man.
don't give me that Oliver crap, okay?
It's talk to your fisheries
biologist
who I know you trust.
I'm going to tell you why it's not true.
Tell me why it's not true.
Okay. And I'm a hunter, and people use hunting as an excuse because the populations would be out of control, right?
Yeah.
There's a lot of animals
why do you kill ducks?
There's a lot of animals that are it's to eat and it's fun, not to help the environment and control the population.
Okay, so he likes to eat them.
There's a lot of animals you cannot shoot. It's illegal to shoot. Do you see them running all over your backyard and living in the side of your garage? No.
Oh, hold on. I'm only talking about the fish that George keeps, man.
So
it's fun, and he likes to eat them.
A lot of hunters use that. Oh, we're out controlling the population.
Right.
No, you're not. All right.
I don't know. Do you know?
I'm just saying there's a lot of animals you can't hunt, and I don't see them roaming around by the millions.
Well, it's a different species. I don't know, dude. Deer aren't like, I don't know. Name a species you can't hunt that comes to your mind. A crow.
No, you can hunt crow.
I didn't think you could. Okay.
Right, let's see.
An eagle. Robin.
Eagle. You don't see 35 million robins flying around because nobody's able to hunt them and they're overpopulated.
Right? I see a lot of robins.
I'm just saying.
I don't know. I don't know how you work this math out in your head, but all right, I get your point. Okay. You're not a biologist, but you've got opinions, as always.
First of all, if I was a biologist, I would be trained by the institutions that have an agenda. So whatever I'm learning, and that goes from Western medicine, that goes to biologists, scientists, whatever the colleges teach, which is programmed by the deep state. That's what your narrative is. Otherwise, you will not get funding. You will not get support. You won't have a job. So you follow the narrative. Whatever biologist narrative there is, I don't buy that either. That's a whole side.
What's your narrative? That's your narrative on them, but what's your narrative for you?
I'm open.
I got it. Free, shoot whatever you want.
There is no truths.
Just hunt whatever you feel like hunting. Is that what it is? Just shoot whatever you want. Eat whatever you feel like. Right? There's no need to even think about species numbers and all that kind of stuff, right? None of that. Yeah. Okay.
I'm just trying to get through.
I don't know, man. You won't, because they're flying in at this point. So I mean, just let it roll. They've heard what you had to say. So get to the point where George and you have this confrontation.
Oh, we didn't have a confrontation yet.
Oh,
there's another confrontation I'm going to talk about. I had two things I wanted to talk about: a confrontation and my tournament. Then I realized I need to talk about George first.
Okay, that's what threw me off, because I thought this was the confrontation. That's why I asked you to talk about it. Then you start talking about Curious George. Anthony Guy said that. That's a hilarious comment. If you've never read the book, I know the deep state wrote it, so don't worry about it. It's not something you want, in your life. But so don't go off on that. I know you're wound. But go ahead with the confrontation. I'm glad you and George are good.
I'm not done with the George story.
Oh, God, there's more to George? What else could there be? Well, keep going.
Okay. So this is what I know about George.
All right.
George fishes there every day, and George keeps his limit of smallmouth on the stringer every day.
Yep. And have you noticed that your catch rate is going down, even though he's not casting where you're casting in that spot?
No.
All right. So George keeping 6 smallmouth a day isn't impacting the population at all.
I want to know from my Canadian friends, is there a daily possession limit? So you're telling me George eats 5 smallmouth bass?
I heard 6. I saw 6.
Right.
I saw 6.
Okay. When you duck hunt, you can shoot 3 mallards, but you can only have 6 on possession, meaning at your house in your freezer.
Okay.
So either George is eating 5 smallmouth every day,
Yeah.
Or George has a fucking freezer full of smallmouth.
He wouldn't be the only one.
Okay. Second point.
How many walleye fillets in your possession do you have today?
Not over my possession. I keep nothing over my possession. And first of all, if I did, it's none of your business what I do at my house. And if I want to shoot anything, I will.
Why are you talking smack about George? Shut up. It's none of your
business.
George
had that same attitude as a sovereign citizen, does not believe what the government says, is anti-everything, I would probably forgive him. But I bet George is trying to be sneaky and breaking the law.
You think so? So if you're trying to be sneaky and break the law versus if you think you're sovereign, you can do anything you want, you're good with that. That's kind of fuzzy logic, but keep going.
Very fuzzy. Okay. Here's also what I know. So not only does George keep these 5 smallmouth every day, and he probably has a freezer full of them. I also saw, I'm going to assume a buddy of his because they knew each other, pull up. He pulled his 5 smallmouth out of the stringer, threw them in a cooler in this guy's truck, and that guy took off.
Yeah.
Proceeded to fish and add to his stringer that day.
Right. George is a sovereign citizen, Travis. He can do what he wants.
Maybe.
Well, you need to ask him. You could just roll.
George is Canadian as well.
So let me ask you a question. If you wanted to engage George in this sovereign citizen conversation, whether he's a sovereign citizen of Canada or a sovereign citizen of the United States of America, how would you pose the question to him?
I'm not going to ask George anything. I'm going to get everybody's opinion in the comments. And I was thinking about calling the Canadian.
We already know your opinion. Why would you do that? Why?
I don't like George killing all the smallmouth every day.
Wait a minute. You just said you're going to eat what you want and kill what you want and keep as much as you want.
But I'm not going to kill smallmouth.
But that's only because you're smallmouth crush. You do it to other stuff.
What was that?
You can't have a double standard, bro.
Everybody in the comments, forget about my standards. I want to know what you think. Should I call and just say, listen, I know there's this gentleman. This is what he looks like. This is what he drives. I've witnessed him haul out smallmouth every day. I've witnessed somebody back a truck up, fill a cooler, and he proceeded to fish and put more fish on the stringer. And every time I'm there, which is a lot, he's also there doing the same thing, killing smallmouth. Should I report him? Yes or no?
Grat84 and Little Rich says they both said at the same time, snitches get stitches. So just watch your back. Now that you've announced this on live, and there are some Canadian viewers, and I think a few people might know George. So just be wary.
I just want to know, yes or no in the comments, guys. What would you do?
There you go. Call it in. MJ, call it in.
There's no way he's going to get, nobody's going to find him. Like, you know, there's no witnesses where he's fishing.
All right.
He won't get caught, Matt.
Jig Squad says they're going to say, aren't you Fish Ladder Manson? Didn't you break the New York DEC rules of the ladder?
Of course I've broken rules.
Didn't you fish pike out of season?
Muskie.
Whatever.
And I didn't know it was out of season.
You never well, ignorance is maybe George doesn't know possession is 9/10 of the law. Maybe he doesn't understand that. Maybe he thinks it's a daily limit.
There's some legit people telling me no. There's some legit people telling me yes. And then there's people just saying some weird, funny shit on here. So I don't know what to do.
I honestly think that's the way it would always go on this show, right? You know you're going to have the guys that have great humor. But anyway, let your conscience be your guide, man. If you feel like you've done everything and nobody's called you in for it.
No, I've been called in. For fishing close to a fish ladder. I've been ticketed by somebody tattletaling on me.
Right. So you want to just return the favor?
I don't want to return the favor. I want to save the smallmouth.
That's what you want to do. Save the smallmouth.
George, I'm fine if George wants to catch 2 or 3 a day. Not
so you tell me you have fizzed every deep smallmouth you've ever caught out there?
I'm sure I've killed plenty of them.
So if you really want to save the smallmouth, what are you doing? Fish with a barbless hook. If you cared. don't tote them around and take pictures in the spring. Never fish for a spawner. Right?
Yeah. And Jake
I mean,
Scott has a good
how many
if I observed it enough, then likely it happens way more. Like I've seen it just in the last week, I've seen it 4 or 5 times. Now, just keeping a limit I've seen, but the only time I saw him transport fish to another guy's cooler and then the guy left and then he continued to fill his stringer was just one time.
Right.
Okay. He's not native. George does not look native.
Gotcha. All right. Okay, so that's the George situation. Do you feel like you got enough feedback?
I'm probably going to call it in.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
Plus, now let's get to picking up his fish for him.
Right.
And I've seen plenty just keep going.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. No bueno.
All right.
Let's talk about your incident.
Okay, incident. Same area. In fact, George was even there that day.
This is the hot spot. You got trouble brewing on one point. You got George, who you're calling in, and then you got a run-in.
I got a run-in. So the run-in comes in.
This is a bad zone,
I need you to understand it. I am roughly, I'm definitely one good cat, not even a good cast. I'm a cast away from the shoreline. Okay.
So George could hit you if he could cast?
George likes to work another area opposite of where I am.
Okay, but you could hit the bank if you casted.
George could hit me and I could hit George, but we don't cast on each other.
I got it. All right. Got it. So there you are, you and George, enjoying your smallmouth. He's licking his chops, knowing he's going to fill his cooler and his buddies, and you're guiding, I'm assuming.
Nope. Yes, I was guiding. I'm sorry.
All right.
I had a single client in my boat.
Yep.
Okay. Now,
recently? Is this recent?
This was on Saturday.
Oh, wow. This is very recent.
Yep.
All right. Set the scene. Set the stage.
Okay. Now, we're fishing. Everything's good. I'm talking about George. I'm telling the story about how this guy keeps them all. We watch him release one and it's floating down the river. And I said, this dude has no clue what he's doing. Normally, he just puts them on the stringer, but all these fish are dying. First of all, they're all gut hooked. He's always got the pliers down their throat, regardless if he lets them go or not.
Okay, got it. Because he's fishing a night crawler.
And he's not using like a sensitive St. Croix rod. He's using a Walmart special. Okay.
All right.
And he sets the hook and that rod bends, dude. It bends in half almost when he's fighting this.
It goes to the backbone.
Yes.
All right. He's got an ugly stick. Tom. Yes. Wave currents and Tommy. You got it right, man. Ugly stick.
Okay.
Devin Willis says, I will not take this ugly stick slander.
Well, all right. So Klein and I are fishing.
Yep.
I'm cool with George. I mean, not cool with him, but
it's bugging you. I get it.
I'm not engaging with him.
Right.
So some guy in a center console, it was a older guy, not older, but just middle-aged guy with 2 boys, say in their 20s, and then maybe a girl in her 20s as well, perhaps. Who knows, right? Okay, so we got 4 people in the center console. No trolling motor on the boat. It's just a motor and a center console. So he's coming up, and he's heading right towards me. And he stops behind my motor about 30 yards. Okay.
All right.
I'm like, fine, that's cool. Then he yells out to George, which I was shocked. Hey, George, man, how's it going today? You getting them? And so now I'm like,
what did George say?
I don't.
Did he go, oh, yeah?
So,
all right.
I'm doing my thing. I'm doing my thing. Center console boat comes through. He comes up to I'm fishing towards the bank. Now he's right here.
How far away? How far away is his bow?
40 feet.
From your engine. Okay.
Okay. Now he's idling up around me.
On the outside or inside between you and the shore?
Outside.
Okay. All right.
I'm one easy cast to the bank. I can snag the bank every time.
Yeah, you told me. Yep.
Okay.
All right.
Then he sets up about 40 yards in front of me and turns his motor off. Now he's drifting, but he doesn't have control of his boat.
All right. Is he drifting towards you or away from you?
Towards me.
Oh, no.
So I'm in the back of the boat making a few casts because it was a single trip and I had my guide up front.
Yeah.
So I quickly understand what's going on here. Right.
Sure.
So I don't say nothing to my client. I just jump at the front of the boat and I picked up a 1/2 ounce Beast Coast open water sniper jig on the bait caster. Okay.
Yep.
And I start slinging a cast towards his boat.
Yep.
One right next to him on the right side of his trolling motors, just like 5 feet away from his boat. He definitely heard the splash, but he didn't pay no attention.
Wow.
Okay. I reel in. I fire another one right there. Same spot. Nothing. Now he's getting closer. Now he's 30 yards from me, right?
All right.
Fire again. Nothing. Now, dude's drifting his boat right in between me and the bank. So now he's 15 feet from me, and then the bank's 15 feet from him.
Wow.
We're within 40 feet of the bank right now.
Right.
And they're all 4 of those chodes are just chucking baits.
Are you spot locked or are you drifting?
I'm spot locked, bro. I ain't moving. I'm on the juice. I'm right there.
Yeah. You're right there where you need to be. Okay. All right. So there's 4 guys in his boat?
Yes.
Oh my gosh. So when did you take the last cast? Did you keep casting the 1/2 ounce?
So now he's probably 20 feet off this way, coming at me still, going to be right in between me. And I fire one more right next to him.
Yep.
Now, by that time, my client and I are both kind of talking loudly, and looking at him, right?
Yeah.
So now he's drifting right there, dead center of me, right?
How far away?
15 feet from me.
You can pitch to him.
Oh yeah.
You can pitch on the deck of his boat at this point, and he's definitely in between you and the shore now.
He's definitely right there, and
on your line that you've been casting.
And now's the time to say something, right? Because I gave him the warning shots.
You did, and you've been talking loudly.
Yes. I go, I don't know what the opening comment was or the sentence, but it had to have been something like,
"Hey, MFer."
Like, "Hey, what are you doing, bud?" Like, probably, "What are you doing, bud? This is weird." "What are you doing, bud? This is weird." That's probably what I said.
Right.
"This is weird." He goes to me, "It's open water, dude. It's open water. What's your problem?"
Are you on the St. Lawrence River or Lake Ontario?
St. Lawrence.
Which is how long?
Right. Long.
You go see the Atlantic Ocean or whatever.
He goes, "It's open water." I go, "I have no idea what you're doing, but you're a moron. And this is the weirdest thing I've ever seen in my life. Like, what are you doing, bud?" Like, that's all I kept saying to him. I definitely call him a moron and just a weirdo.
Right.
And then I fired a shot straight in front of him, but now this way because he's just slightly drifting.
Right.
And one of his 20-year-old buds that are on that boat, I just let my jig sit there now. I'm not reeling it in. I'm going to let these guys just snag my line. Okay.
Right.
So as soon as he snags my line, I rip it, and this guy, his rod's going like this too, and I start reeling really fast.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, his bait came off my line, right? So then the guy goes, he said something like, "If you keep talking smack," or, like something like that, right?
Right. Like it's going to happen.
And I'm like, "What are you going to do?" I'm like, "What are you going to do, you weirdo? You're going to jump in my boat and like punch me?" Like,
oh my gosh.
The first thing you're going to do, you're just being a weirdo, man. Move on. Right?
That's crazy. Then what happened?
I don't know what else to say.
What did he say after you said that?
He just kept drifting down. I told him, I said, this is weird. I said, you're a weirdo. I said, I'm like in shock. I'm like, this is the weirdest thing I've ever seen in my life, dude.
Right.
Okay. So, and then
of course, he just drifted on.
He drifted on for maybe, and he stayed about 50 yards down from me. Okay.
Right. That's crazy.
Now, I'm like, and he's waiting. He's just sitting there licking his chops to get up where I am.
Right. What's your client saying at this point?
Oh, we were talking how that's the weirdest thing he's ever seen. And
sure.
You know, he's like, yeah, that was kind of like, I'm asking him, am I in the wrong here? He's like, no, look where the guy, what? Like, you know what I mean?
So
like,
crazy.
He was on my side, you know?
Wow.
So the worst part was it was really close to the end of the guide trip, and I kind of had to get home.
Right.
But I did not want to leave the spot and let that guy come back up in there.
So what did you do?
So I stayed at least 45 minutes longer than I should and was pressed for time.
Right.
The guy finally left about a half hour, 35 minutes later.
Victory.
Yeah.
Jeez, that's crazy, man. What did George say when all that was going on? Did he look over? Was George kind of observing the scene?
So George was definitely curious.
Yep. Curious George.
And George didn't say anything to me. I know he recognizes me, knows my boat. I've talked to him. I've handed him fish.
Yeah.
But there was no communication after that. Because I think George knows his time's up with me too soon, pretty soon.
He's going to jail?
George is going to jail. And if that center council ever does that again,
what will happen?
Well, I'm going to do the same thing, call him a weirdo and sling baits near his boat. I will never hit his boat, but
that's good.
I was thinking about getting the camera out, but I should have had the camera out right away.
Right.
I didn't want to be like one of them Karens that just grabs the phone when you get in a confrontation.
Sure.
Like halfway through. I wanted either to have the full story or nothing. So
you didn't have your GoPros?
I had them, but they weren't on or running.
They weren't on. Okay. Right.
Yeah. Damn. Yeah. Anyways.
Wow.
And he was Canadian.
He was?
He was.
Interesting. That's crazy. Well, I'm glad it didn't end up bad, like the guy pulling a gun on you or something. You know what I mean?
What's going to happen, man? He's going to jail, not me. I won't lose any sleep over it. I think it's a funny story. I encourage people to do that to me. Let's see what happens.
Do what?
Just whatever. It would have made an epic YouTube video. I should have a camera going.
Oh yeah, honestly, that would have been.
Next time he comes, I'm going to try to back out even a little further out, just to give him a little better opportunity to sneak in.
Yeah, yeah.
And then we'll go to town.
Yeah,
it was tight. Like, you got to be weird to even attempt to drift between me and the bank right there.
Dude, I was drop shotting in a tournament on Deep Creek, which I absolutely could have won. And this is before anybody was drop shotting. And a pontoon boat, same situation, Travis. I'm working a point. And a pontoon boat rides right between me and the bank. There must have been only 30 feet on this cast.
Right.
I was so hoping he hit the rock on the bottom, man. I would have loved to see him. He didn't lose the lower unit, though. I was praying.
Mm-hmm.
He came I don't even know how close his engine came to that rock.
Yeah.
Oh, it pissed me off. It was crazy, dude. I was just like, what? That's the first time. And it was a weekend, very busy lake, and they would have bass tournaments, and the pleasure boaters just didn't care. Didn't care. Nope.
But I had a great trip. The guy was from Louisiana. He spent 3 days with me.
Oh, that's awesome.
He wrote a review on Google and
very nice.
Gave me a heck of a tip. So
that's awesome.
And said he'll be back.
Even better, man. It's a magical place up there, man.
All right, so let's talk. Since I can't get a hold of Tom, we'll talk real quick about the tournament I fished this weekend or yesterday. So JP was guiding, and I guess I could have fished the tournament by myself. I enjoy doing it by myself, but you know, someone like Tom or JP, it'd be fun to have them in the boat, right?
Right. Oh, for sure.
What happened? Okay. So Tom and I talked. Tom was coming up Saturday. I couldn't fish Saturday. So I told Tom, I gave him screenshots and circles and told him what I needed him to accomplish that day.
Sure.
Thursday, I said, Tom, we're going to be fine. I know what's going on. It's going to be a fun tournament. And then Wednesday, I go to Tom. It's going to be a fun tournament. We're good. This is where we're going.
Right.
And I said, I'm going to circle a bunch of stuff I need to look at. And then I went back on there maybe Friday or Thursday. I went back on Thursday. And even though I didn't really, I shouldn't say that. That guy wanted me to fish, but I didn't take shots at, I fished, but I didn't, you know what I mean? So I didn't get a good vibe for what was going on in that zone.
Right.
So I called Tom that night and said, I still think we're going to be fine. I'm just going to let you know that we didn't do too well in those areas I'm planning on going to the tournament.
Right.
And so I was just trying to prepare him to what to maybe look at in practice on Saturday.
Sure.
The tournament was Sunday.
Sure.
All right. And then Friday was the same guy, and we went in a total different zone, and we went up shallow because the guy was so cool. I'm like, we're gonna go in this zone, and then we're gonna hit a bunch of spots before we even get there because we're passing through these areas, and I just need to stop just to see,
Yeah.
And so we checked stuff all the way out to the zone, didn't see anything.
Right.
Then it got really, really calm out, and there was some sun, and I started talking about some of the days you can have sight fishing and chasing fish and trying to get up shallow. So we started to do that, and we ran in. It took a while, but we ran into some pockets of fish, and he was digging it.
Oh yeah, that's fun.
Trying to coach him, how far to cast, what to do, and all that.
Sure.
But I didn't see any giants,
Okay.
So then we went off of this little spot that I was kind of winging it at that point. I was like, I want to get over here, but let's check this spot out first. And I had a waypoint. I know I've jerk baited this spot in the past. 12 to 14 feet of water.
All right.
The area, but
yeah,
you've been in that zone with me before. But anyways,
right.
So all of a sudden I'm seeing all these fish on my live scope, and I can't visually see them, but I see them on the graph.
Sure.
And I go, dang, dude, there's a lot of fish here. I have them throwing a Ned, and I think I'm probably throwing a Ned. It's just like, that's what you start out with, right?
Right.
So throws a Ned, hooks up, it jumps, he loses it. It's well over 5 pounds. So I'm like, okay,
nice.
Cool. I'm not even thinking tournament. I'm just trying to get this guy in fish right now.
Sure.
Right. So we're scoping. We're having a hard time. Now I'm getting frustrated because they're not, that one fish bit the Ned, but the next 8 didn't even care.
Oh, wow.
So now I'm grabbing, a drop shot for that medium depth range. I'm doing that. I'm still have them chucking a Ned, but I'm trying some.
Right, just to see if you can trigger a bite.
Yeah, drop shot, nothing. They don't even care.
Wow, not following it down, nothing.
Spy bait, nothing. Don't even care.
Oh my gosh, are these fish suspended or are they on the bottom?
They're up. They're up in that.
Oh wow, they're up in the water column. Okay.
Yeah. So then I pull out a jerk bait, nothing. I see a couple following. Then it's calm enough. No, I'm sorry, I did not pick up the jerk bait yet. Spy bait, and then I said, "Oh shit, bro!" I said, "This is what we need to do."
Beetle spin.
And I picked up the bait. I rigged it up, picked it up, and I said, "Let me just take a shot. This next one, I need control of the boat here so I can line this up and see what's going on." First cast, close to 6 pounds.
Nice.
Now he's impressed because he saw my brain working and going through a bunch of shit.
Right on.
So now
that's fun.
He understands it. And so I give him the trolling motor. I said, it's better if you just try to do this yourself instead of me directing. So while he's doing that, now I'm chucking a jerk bait.
Okay.
And so I get some follows and I see them and they're giants.
Wow.
Right. And so he messes around with them for a little bit, but he just wasn't able to get the technique just dialed in just right where it needed to be. Right. It's not easy. It's not easy. So I understand. So we decided to move on, but in my mind, I'm like, dang, there's some studs here. Right.
Yeah.
So we run out to a deep spot.
All right. How far from where you were that you saw that group of fish?
A mile.
Oh, okay. I mean, you've moved now.
Yeah. Now I'm out there on the deep stuff.
30, 40, 20, 30, 40,
30.
Okay. Okay.
All right. And they're on it, right?
Oh, nice.
All over the place.
Oh, man.
Okay. So we try the usual again. Nothing. Dang. I go, all right, we got to use this little technique here. And of course, I'm like, well, let me take a shot at these because nothing else is working. I'm going to see what. Boom. Got him, right?
Yeah.
This was a big one. 6-pounder, right?
Okay.
All right. So then I give him it, and he's still struggling with it a little bit.
Is it because he's not making the accurate cast, or is it because he's moving the bait too much, or
I think it was just not enough just the mood of the individual fish. I think there was chances where he could have caught them, but
being able to trigger the bite, move the bait at the right moment,
trigger the bite at the right time sort of deal.
Sure. Are you up there with them on, watching the bait fall?
Yep, I'm seeing everything in real time.
Are you coaching him to say, okay, stop it, move it?
Trying, but it's
slackline it.
You can't coach when.
Yeah, it's hard.
You got to just do it. Your instincts have to kick in. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. So then that was a struggle, but I'm like, damn, bro, there's a lot of fish here.
Is this 20, 30 fish, or what would you say?
Yeah, but there was at least big pods in 3 or 4 areas. I'm in like 100-yard stretch.
Okay.
So now I'm like, the wind kind of kicked up a little bit, and I'm like, we need to do some drifting here, man. There's a lot of fish here. And so we both start drifting, and within, I don't know, 5 minutes of the drift, I get a bite, 7-pound 2-ouncer.
Nice.
He's freaking out because it's huge. I thought it was like an 8, right?
Yeah, right. Of course.
Fighting for a while. I'm like, this is pretty large fish here.
Oh, we've heard that before on 4-pounders. You never know,
right? No, but when I saw him.
Oh, no, that's fair.
When I first set the hook, I said it's over 5.
Yeah,
and then it was pretty long fight. And then
no, we play the game, guess the weight, and it's tough. But when you see him, you're good. When you see the fish, I will give you this: you're good at it.
Yeah. So then he grabs.
You suck at when feeling it. You can't do it.
Suck at feeling it. Yes, I do.
Oh, we all do. I have no clue. I don't even try.
Yeah. All right. So we do some more fishing, and then all of a sudden it hit me. I'm like, this is probably where I need to go in the tournament.
So at that point, MJ says you probably laid off those fish. Like any good guide would. Yeah, of course.
Well, we had so much more to do that day.
Yeah, of course you did. Yeah, you don't want to leave.
He knew I had the tournament too, man. He was talking to me about it,
Yeah.
Yeah, he understood.
Of course.
I would have stayed if they weren't as active. I just knew there was a lot of fish, and I knew I'd be able to catch them on Sunday. I didn't care if we stayed. I do every guide trip. All my tournament spots I fish every day during guide when I'm guiding. So I'm not hide or hold nothing back. So
I got it.
So we run a bunch of other things, and then we end up at the ferry, and we caught maybe, I don't know, 2 or 3 smaller
dragon.
Yeah. And then we spun around the other spot, and then we ended up going. That's the day we saw George in that night or in the afternoon. I wanted to wrap the trip.
George is in the Cape Vincent area?
No. Yeah, from the bank.
That's what I mean.
Yeah,
He's a Cape Vincent guy?
No, but he's on the Canadian side.
Yeah, but I just gives me an idea in my brain. How far from the said spot where we drug the Yamamoto flapping hog with the brass head? Mile? Yeah, you do.
Yeah, give or take.
Okay, you know where he is.
Anyways, so
all right, so this leads to the tournament.
All right, yeah, sorry. So now I call Tom. I go, Tom, we're good. I know we're doing. I circled 2 big humps that I have never fished in my life, and I told them you need to idle this and mark every rough spot, rock, boulder, and fish it and see if there's fish on this, because this is the zone we're fishing.
Okay.
Then I said to Tom, you also need to check this spot, and I circled it and I explained it to him. I said, fish will be here. Fish could be there. I said, I haven't fished it all year. I was going to go there the other day, but just didn't get around to it.
Right.
I said, you need to go check it. There's a specific thing you need to look for, and gave them complete directions on what to do.
All right. And how'd that work out?
So then Tom goes Saturday, and I send him out in big waves. You know, it was pretty windy on Saturday out there.
Yep.
And he's like, man, I idled these humps. I found good rock. I found some fish up shallow on the rock on the high spots, but could not get them to bite. I was drop shotting them, and they just didn't want to eat. And I said, okay, that's cool. And I figured Tom wouldn't really find anything Saturday anyways, you know?
Okay.
And so then he goes, but I checked that one spot you told me to go check. I go, where? He's like, I go, oh, really? He goes, yeah. He said, it took me a little while to figure it out and find what you told me to look for, but I call it 4.5. And you said to try to see if there's any 5-pounders there. So I continued to fish. He said, then I caught one that I think was a heavy 5, but it got off.
Okay.
And then he said, then I caught a 5.5-pounder. And I left.
A 4.5 and a 5.5. I mean, you know.
And then he said he saw a bunch of fish on the graph.
Okay. And in your mind,
in my mind, I
knew
right? Good.
All right. So what do you think going into the tournament it will take to win this tournament?
I thought it was a 5-fish tournament, and I thought I needed 27 pounds.
Wow.
Okay.
Yep. So you expected a mid-5 average to win this tournament, 5.5.
Yeah. And I was thinking in my head, only because I saw all these fish and I caught that 7. I'm like, man, this might be my chance to break 30 in a tournament in August, you know?
Sure. Do dirty 30.
Because I knew they were there.
Right.
Okay.
All right. So Sunday comes.
Sunday comes. Well, first of all, I'm up until 2 a.m.
Doing what?
I was rigged. So I took all my guide rod, every rod out of the boat, and I re-rigged everything. And then just put my tournament selections in there. But then I did backup after backup. Like I was acting like this was the Bassmaster Classic. Okay.
How many rods did you rig?
That
re-rig for that? Yeah. 20?
20 plus for sure.
Holy hell.
So
that way, if you break off a drop shot or you break off a leader, you just go pick up efficiency.
I wanted
different jigs, different weights.
I was putting the juice in. I was rubbing shit all over. I was like,
you went off. You wanted to win.
Boat, like everything was perfect. I cleaned the truck that afternoon.
Yeah.
Vacuumed the inside. Did the what's the stuff that beads the water out your windows? The
Rain-X.
Rain-X the shit, bro. I did it all.
That's crazy.
The rig's ready to go.
And Sean said you were up till 2 a.m. shaving your arms and your hands and your toes.
Well, that was the morning shower. Yeah. All right. All I wanted was the boat and truck and all the equipment to be ready to go.
You are set for the classic.
Yes.
20 plus rods. I was thinking you're dialed. You're going with 10. No, 20 again.
I had a lot of ideas in my head because, you know.
Yeah, I get.
When Tom.
Dude, I get it.
Spot, bro, I won the tournament there. I won an ABA there years ago.
Okay.
Like I knew it was a special spot that I probably fished it once last year, and I haven't been to it at all this year. So it's like when he said there was fish there, I was just like, okay, I know what's going on. Because then I had all those other fish too. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right.
Yeah. So I was just like, I was freaking jacked. And I this is my first of the year.
Right. I get it, dude.
Tournament's what I do. The preparation the day before a tournament is just as fun as the tournament.
Mm-hmm. So how many rods did you allow Tom to bring in the back?
Tom was already when Tom was in bed by probably 10 or 11.
Did he just put his rods right there in the passenger side?
Everything was already locked in.
How many did he have?
I don't know, 6 or 7.
7. Okay, so he's ready to go.
Didn't even tell him what to rig. I just let him do his own thing.
He just felt like he was dialed, having been out there.
Yeah.
All right, got it, man. So you wake up.
No. Hold on. I look at my clock. It's 2 a.m. and I'm like,
you're going.
I'm like,
might as well not even go to bed.
I'm like, fuck. I hadn't break ice yet, so then I'm out there slammed. So I have a big freezer, and I keep a bunch of 5-gallon buckets in there, and so they don't come out of the buckets easy. You literally have to lift the bucket up and drop it on the concrete floor 3 to 4 times before the ice just finally comes out of it. Right?
Holy hell!
You gotta step back quick because that thing is dangerous.
Heavy, break your toes.
Bounce wherever it wants to bounce. Okay.
Oh my God!
I'm banging ice at 2 a.m. and then I'm bagging it, right, getting it ready. So when I wake up in like an hour and a half, I can just throw it in the boat, right?
Okay.
So I'm banging ice for a good 20 minutes, and finally it's like 2:10, 2:15.
Oh my God!
I'm like, I gotta go to bed, dude. Like,
what time you got to get up?
So they said in the email they want us all there by 5:30.
And it's 2:15. How far is this?
7 o'clock takeoff, and I should have known better.
Right.
But nope, I told Tom we're waking up at 4 a.m. So my alarm goes off at 3:45.
So you get about an hour and 20, 30 minutes of sleep.
Yeah, and I got right up, bro.
Yeah, you're juiced. You're running on adrenaline. Yeah. You're ready. You're fired up,
now dude. I get dressed. I got my outfit already picked out, like it was laid out. It is. Okay.
I get it.
All right.
No one would expect anything different from you at this point.
All right. So then I packed the ice. Well, first, wait a second. I gotta explain this. So it's kind of a thing when I have my partners over. They sleep downstairs.
I know it.
Yep. I got up and made breakfast. Like I was quiet, right?
You do good, man. You do good.
I made some breakfast real quick.
And coffee. And coffee.
5 eggs and like 6 pieces of bacon, right? And then I put some jalapenos and onions, and I mixed it up. Yeah,
it's delicious.
I was hungry, dude, because I was up all night.
Yeah.
All right. So before I get in the garage, I know Tom's out there because I can hear him. I turn my Bluetooth on, the stereo system in my garage, right? And there's a specific song I like to play on like the highest volume ever. Before I open the garage door, as I'm coming down the stairs, the song starts. I open the door.
Doesn't wake your family up?
No. And I walk out like,
I
don't say nothing.
Yeah.
All I do is I walk, I acknowledge him.
Yeah.
He smiles just like JP does every time that song comes on.
Yeah. What is the song?
It's a song by Ludacris.
All right.
Saturday it's called.
So that would be
all right.
So that would be your song if you were in the Classic and going through the Coliseum, right?
That just and every year it's different.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. That's your get hype song.
No, it's just I don't know what it is.
All right. That's the one you like to start your day with. Tournament day. Is it a tournament day start or everyday start?
No, tournament.
Just tournament day. All right. All right.
I walk straight to the cooler. I get my bag for lunch. I start filling myself up. And then
MJ said, it's the Boy George song. Do you really want to hurt me? That was worthy of just saying. All right. Keep going, man. Keep going.
All right.
So you nod to him. He acknowledges you with a smile. Then what happens?
All right. Then I turn the music down.
Yeah.
And And then I go, you know,
yeah.
I'm like, hand me those bags of ice, bud. Let's do this. You know, we're just talking.
Yeah.
All right. Jump in the truck. We heading there. It's still dark out. First one's at the ramp, you know.
First ones.
It might have been 2 people in the parking lot, but
all right. How far is this drive?
35 minutes.
Okay. Where are you launching out of, by the way?
Cape Vincent.
Oh shit. All right. Nice.
Yeah.
How many boats are in this tournament? This is the Dickie Garlock?
Yeah, so it was the Dick Garlock Memorial. So Dick was a well-known local tournament angler to this region.
Yep.
And he was I've never met him. In fact, probably 5 years ago, I thought about reaching out to him.
Yeah.
Just to meet him because I heard so much about him. But obviously he died, right? So they have a tournament every year for him. And
was he young? Was he young? Is that why they did it, or they just wanted to? Oh wow! So they just wanted to kind of
like
memorialize.
He broke his ribs like 4 years ago in a
Wow.
tournament when he was like 94 in a bass boat.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. What a legend.
Still probably caught 25 pounds. You know.
Wow. Like he was a stick. He got it.
All right.
Was he a scoper?
No.
Unbelievable. Cool.
Yeah.
Even better. All right, keep going. For me, it is. For me, it is.
Anyways,
it's okay, dude.
So now we get the boat. I get the fenders out. I tell Tom, you can't let this boat touch the dock. I go through the things. He goes, I don't expect anything less of you, blah, blah, blah. You know, Tom's on my side, man. Tom knows. He knows everything's precise. He knows not to ask me questions. He knows not to ask if he can back the truck in or that. Like, he knows I got it. All he needs to do is sit down, stay out of my way for a second or two, right?
That's right. Just sit in the boat, start up. Don't let the boat touch the dock.
Yes. So we go up there, we have the meeting, and they say it's a 4-fish limit.
Oh.
Now, I was going to stop somewhere first.
4-fish limit. That's interesting because it's hot.
I was going to stop somewhere first. And then after I heard that, I go, Tom, this isn't about anything but catching 4 studs today.
Yeah, man.
That's it. In a 4-fish tournament, you need heavy fish. It's 4 fish, dude, all day long. 4 big ones.
20 pounds plus. Got to win it, right? No question.
Definitely doable.
So now do you think it's 21-22 to win?
I thought we could come in with 24 still. Okay. I'm still thinking 24 plus.
You're thinking 4 6-pounders.
I'm literally thinking that's what we need to win. And I got those fish. Okay.
Right.
All
right. Like a heavy 6, a heavy 5. Right. I got it.
Yeah. Tournament. Right. So we're there early. We got a lot of boat time. We're just chilling. We're just talking. It was enjoyable. You know, it's fun.
Yeah. That's cool. How many boats are in this derb? How many boats?
I think they only had 20 some. So it wasn't
okay.
God,
so we had more. It's a good time.
So our buddy that's on here sometimes, Kent, Capeway Kent was in the tournament. I was surprised to see him.
Yeah.
I thought he was just launching for fun, you know, just to go catch some walleyes because he was in a Lund.
Yeah, he lives in frickin' Cape Vincent, right?
I know, but I just thought he was launching the boat.
Okay.
Because here's what happened. Yeah,
and who's he fishing with? You know the guy, right?
Yeah, I forgot his name now. I should know it.
Okay, doesn't matter. It'll come to you. It'll come to you.
Anyways, Chris. All right. So the boat gets launched, and then I see Kent park his truck, and he's kind of walking really slow in the parking lot. And I told Tom, I go, well, that's my buddy Kent up there. And I go, he likes to evaluate things and just look. He likes to watch. You know, he observes things. I go, I'm hoping he comes down here real quick. I can talk to him. But he was like halfway in the parking lot. He was looking around like, I know he sees my truck every day there. He probably thought I was on a guide trip. He probably was like curious what this tournament was. I still wasn't thinking he's
in the tournament.
I thought he was just enjoying.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's got nowhere to go. He's just enjoying life, looking around, right?
Yeah, right.
Well, he gets halfway down the parking lot. I thought I was going to be able to catch his attention, and then he just kind of disappeared. I didn't think nothing of it.
Right.
So then a little while later, we go up, and I see him sitting there at the rules meeting. I go, oh, man, you're fishing this tournament. It was fun. You had to be there. The conversation Tom and I had about Kent, I go, man, I hope it was just funny because Tom's like, is that guy that he doesn't move too fast, huh? I go, yeah, he's figuring out what's going on here,
He's just chilling, man. That's
chilling.
That's Cape Way Kent, man.
Yes, very chilled.
Smooth operator.
Yes.
Just not in a rush, man.
Anyways, it was cool to see him there. And so obviously he was fishing. So
and he ended up taking second, right?
Yeah, he did take second. So good job.
He was a couple ounces in front of you, right? So it was razor thin.
Yeah. Well, long story short, I wasn't gonna get to that part, but whatever.
Oh well, I mean, you got to give Kent some props.
We will.
Oh, keep going.
Okay.
This is a long story, but I like it.
It is. So now we take off.
All right. One more quick question for me, because I got to know, who else do you know that's in this tournament? Kent
real well. Nobody else really well. I recognize. I know.
Do you know some names? Okay,
yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. So you're still relatively new up there.
Yeah. So I run. So I know where we're gonna eventually go.
Yep.
But again, I was freestyling it like I always do.
Right.
And so I started stopping on all this random shit on my way out there.
What? Why?
Because you just don't know.
You were feeling it.
I'm stopping on all my A stuff that could potentially have fish.
Yeah.
So I stop on one spot on my first cast with the bait I'm going to use a lot. My freaking, I don't know what happened, but the knot broke and the bait just flew off.
Oh, no.
I know.
What?
And it was those 4 rods. They were perfectly set right there. And then, of course, Tom says something funny about it, and I'm kind of annoyed.
Right.
So
that sucks.
There wasn't a fish on that spot. Anyways, I shouldn't have even cast it. I thought I saw one, but there wasn't.
Oh, man.
So then Tom said something about, don't you ever stop on a spot that doesn't have, I don't know what he was joking. I was really calm, dude. I knew we had all day. We had 3 o'clock. I knew what was waiting for us later. I didn't.
Yeah. You weren't stressed. You weren't even stressed.
I'm like, we'll get there. We'll get there. So then we're going, and all of a sudden, I'm like, I go,
wait a minute, you're still freestyling.
I go,
oh my God.
We gotta go over here. So we run over here. I say, just sit down. I'll tell you if you need to get up. I'll put the
even better.
Nothing.
Oh my God.
All
okay, right. So you just want a couple casts. You're checking. You're thinking you pick up a 5. You're stopping obviously on places where you can catch a 5.
In the past, slaughtered them. They could be there, but I've done it 100 times where I know they're either there or they're not. I don't care if they're not there. Right.
So you just take a cast, you check, and you're done. All right.
Yeah.
Next. All right. Keep going. How far are you from your destination at this point? 20-minute run?
Many miles left. Okay.
Oh my gosh. All right.
So we got about 20, maybe a 30-minute boat ride from that second spot to really get to where we need to get to.
Yep.
And I'm only going 40. I'm not pushing it. I don't care. We're just
because is the weather is it windy?
You could push it, but
okay. You're just taking your time.
10 minutes into the drive, I'm like, Tom, it'd be cool if you strung that rod for me real quick. And we're doing 40, but I figured he'd be able to jump off of his passenger seat, unstrap the one rod that's on the left-hand side that's broken now, put the fucking line through the eyelets, and go grab some 8-pound test and tie me a knot real quick.
While you're going 40.
But he doesn't do it.
I wouldn't do it either.
I was a little disappointed in him.
Now you're annoyed. The whole time
I'm really annoyed because I'm gonna use that bait a lot.
Well, why don't you let him drive the boat? You string the goddamn rod up.
I don't know.
All right. Anyway, go ahead.
Anyways,
then you would have stopped the boat. Anyway. All right. So he didn't do it.
We finally get to our destination.
All right. No more freestyling spots in between the last second stop and the 20 minutes.
Tom was kind of like, let's go.
All right, got it. He's starting.
And there wasn't too many more after that.
All right.
All right. So we head up there. We put the I put the everything's in the water. I'm looking. I see a pile of them, right?
Oh.
And I tell Tom, I go, well, you really need me. I probably should make the first cast. I don't want to confuse these fish. But
makes sense.
Yeah, but I don't know. I think he kind of understood, but so he picks up a drop shot, and I know how the drop shot scene is going to go. It ain't going to work, right?
Right.
So I pick up my bait, I get things figured out, and it doesn't take long, and I hook up with a really nice fighting fish, okay?
Like how you describe it. A really nice fighting fish.
Yeah.
I'm like, just sounds weird. All right, go ahead.
I'm like, here he is, bud. Get the net.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, the big net was in the London. I totally forgot to put in the boat. So I had my little guide bass boat net with me that day.
Uh-oh, that does not extend?
That does not extend. I was really, really upset with myself for not being prepared. And if I could do anything different, I should have had that big net. Not that we need it. We did not need it that day. It would have helped, but we didn't lose any fish. But anyways.
Right.
I just feel better with a big net. Okay.
I mean, who wouldn't?
Right.
That thing is like a 14-footer. Plus with your 7-foot arms, you get 21 feet of reach.
I was editing the videos. So
did you? Yeah. Did you go for other stuff?
I'm going to see if I can,
oh, hell yeah. Play us this, man.
Let me play this a little bit.
This is good. This is good. This is good. Oh, hey, I forgot to mention. I've only got a handful of 5/16 left in 3 colors at the Bass Lab. Let me see if I can show them. There we go. These are my football shaky jig heads. Oh, man, I'm struggling. I can't do it. Anyway, they're on the site, Perchtastic, and I'm giving whoever orders tonight a free pack of Leal Generals to go along with these colors.
Oh.
Free pack. You got to order 3 jigs, though. 3 jigs for a free pack. Value $9 on me, guys. And then I still have a few of my everlasting drop shotters, and that's about as pretty as you get right there. That's the Helgi Smash version right there. It's an indestructible tail. All right, let's go. Oh, this starts in the garage. I like it.
All right, so just because I'm going to share some of this video with you guys,
are we getting demonetized with the song?
No, please still watch the full YouTube video when it does come out in the next couple days.
Heck yeah, man. And smash the like button tonight, please.
There you go. Can you hear it?
Tommy, you guys know him?
Yeah, got it.
All right, here we are in the morning getting ready.
Up on the St. Lawrence River. We're excited. We got a rods rigged. It's early in the morning. It's 4 a.m.
All right, here we are.
Nothing under 5 pounds goes in the live well.
I'm telling them nothing over 5 pounds goes live well. Do you hear that?
Heck yeah, man.
And Tom is such a good student of the game.
Yep.
That here's our first fish. And it was
We'll figure it out. This is a big one.
This is our first fish of the morning.
Yep. It's a nice fighting fish, Travis.
That's what I said.
I like how you said that. This is a nice fighting fish. It's so crazy how they all. I gotta wear them out.
Look at that short ass net. Unbelievable. JP would have had it right there at that jump.
Yeah, right.
I thought he was much bigger. He's only 4 pounds.
Uh-oh.
So
you know what that means?
I'll show you what it means. This is what it means.
He's only 3'11".
Ready?
See ya.
Huh? No? You don't want him?
I don't want them. Do you want them?
I love it. Just under 4.
311.
See that catch?
All right, so we caught that one. And then
how big was that one?
That was over 5.
Okay. Tom looks like he's having fun.
Yeah.
This is brutal.
This is our second heavy fish.
All right.
5-pounder.
Another 5-pounder.
And then
Brian B wants to know, dude, Travis, what is with that outfit?
I don't know. But then here's my other one.
A few fish.
That's a nice fighting fish too.
I gotta run back here.
Listen to that drag.
I'm like, Tom, get your ass back here.
Another one. With that other one, where?
Tom's fixing his socks right now. He's got time.
Nice. That's one we needed. All right.
All right.
There's
Third
another
fish.
one, right?
Mm-hmm.
This one. There's another good one.
Tom is determined to make a cast. Look, he's trying to actually get a cast in.
Yeah. Now I got the jerk bait out.
Yep. Number 4.
Then then we decided to go shallow. Last fish was a jerk bait fish.
Okay.
And so we had a limit there, but then we decided to move to another location and fish shallow.
So you had 5 fish when you went shallow.
Like we thought they would be, but we were able to get a really
Oh,
good
that's
one
right.
here.
It's a 4 fish limit. Sorry.
Yep, there's another big one there.
And
that was about it. Thankfully, we left when we did because the winds got really, really nasty.
That looks skinny. Was that a call fish?
No, that's big fish, bud.
All right, I believe this is our call fish here.
Okay. Okay. So, but it's a call fish, is what I just said.
Yes.
Okay, gotcha. So is a 5 for a what? A heavier 5 for a 5?
Yeah, they were all now they're all in that 5-pound range, and it's like whatever.
You got to go.
Finally.
Tom contributed. He caught a 3-pounder that day.
Contributed? What do you mean? Just caught a fish?
Well, Tom caught a fish that day.
Okay.
I don't know.
Go, Tom.
You don't think he's 5?
He's not even 3.5.
He's 3.5.
That's a nice fighting fish.
Really, bud?
That's a nice fighting fish. Yeah.
You said really, bud? Why did you say really, bud? Like, I don't need to net this fish for you, bud?
Anyways. So the winds did kick up.
How long did it take you to get back?
Man. So on my way back, I wanted to stop on a boulder. 2 boulders. But by that time, the waves were like 4 to 5, and it was really hard to stay on the trolling motor. And we were still quite a ways away. That shallow spot was was the furthest out.
Oh wow!
So we had to go we had to cross. I mean, we were in a kind of a protected area, but then we had to go back out onto the main lake to go back to the main lake opening, if that makes sense.
How long did it? Yeah, it does. How long did it take you to get
It was a good hour.
Wow.
And so we had a little bit of time when we got back, but we took some waves. I tried to drive the best I could. They were legit 4 to 6 foot waves, and we were going with them. So you got to understand, you're going to stuff a wave or two.
You're going to chili dip.
In 20 miles, you're going to get wet.
Yeah.
So we filled the boat up a couple times.
Filled it up. You speared a wave and filled it up.
Yeah.
Dang. You are a good wheel, man. I'll give you that, but dang. So how long after you fill the boat up with water does it take to drain the boat?
I don't know. We just keep going. Things are floating around for a while.
Oh my God. Was there water inside your tall boot? Is that how much water you had in the boat?
No, that's why I wear the tall boots. That's why I get picked on. Okay, listen.
Okay, so there you go.
I go pee in the morning at the bathroom
TMI.
right there.
TMI, what's this got to do with tall boots?
I'm going to tell you.
What are you standing in the toilet? Taking a
The
piss in
whole
the shower?
floor around that urinal was nothing but a half an inch of something on the floor. And I felt great. I wasn't wearing Crocs or flip-flops.
But wait a minute, the regular boots, you're fine. What are you talking about? A half inch? Yeah. Anyway,
I was just happy. I was happy
that's
I had
gross.
the tall boots right away in the morning before it even got windy. Then I also don't like to get my flip-flops. I love wearing flip-flops, but I don't
we
like
know you do.
Water over the boat in big waves on my flip-flops. Okay.
Right. I get that.
So there's a benefit to going in urinals or bathrooms. There's a benefit to wearing them in a boat.
I'm not sold on the bathroom thing, but okay, this is another weird part of you, and that's cool.
There's a benefit.
Big waves, I get it.
If you have to jump out the boat and you have to winch it up a little more, you're not all the way up on the concrete at the ramp.
100% there. And then if you stuff a wave and your feet are still dry, I'm all about it. I get it. I would hate having wet feet. That would suck. In like not good weather or colder water, forget it. Maybe in the summertime, but I'm sure Tom had water in his boots, right?
Yeah, they weren't that tall.
That's what I'm saying. He had to have water in his boots.
He had to have. Anyways, we get back and I make one quick stop. I had a quick stop spot. And Kent's fishing right there. Now he's 50 yards from me, and I know what they're doing, so I didn't want to intrude, but I wanted to get in there a little too. You know what I mean? Get me some of that.
Sure. So how did you work that out?
I just started. It looked like they were down there just, I don't know, just doing whatever they do.
And Kent's cool enough where it's like, you know what? Come on in, Travis. I'm sure. I don't know about his partner.
Right. Well, and I was far enough away from him. I didn't make my drifts all the way. We're still in some heavy 4-footers. Okay.
Wow. You're not impinging upon them.
Right. But we go to whacking them in that last 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Like.
Any call fish?
Almost. I was just.
So no call fish, but fun fishing.
We're just having fun. We're waiting for 3 o'clock to roll in.
I gotcha. I might know where you were fishing.
I caught a real heavy one, and I kind of made sure Kent saw it. Yeah. And I wanted to make sure he saw me throw it back.
Yeah.
Like,
I got you.
We got you, bud. You know what I mean? We got you, bud. We went way offshore. Yeah. We battled the waves. I'm dialed. I'm up at 2 a.m. breaking ice. What the hell are you doing, Kent? You're at the Legion drinking a beer. You don't care about this tournament. You ain't got your outfit laid out.
No.
None of that.
No. And then?
He whoops our ass.
Like 2 ounces. That's not an ass whooping.
Wow.
That's a crawfish or a goby.
Yeah.
What did the first place guy have?
I guess I didn't do the math, but what I heard is first was like we were 2 ounces from first, an ounce from second, and we took third. You
that is tight.
It was all tight.
That's literally as tight as it gets.
Yeah.
You can't get any tighter. That's like a goby each guy. The first place finisher had an extra goby in the fish's gut.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, wow.
Yeah.
Yours chucks up a goby on the way up.
Fine. I mean, we got a pretty decent paycheck. It was like a day's work, you know.
Yeah.
It was fun. I had a good time.
You got to fish with Tom. He got to watch you catch them, and he got to net them for you. I mean, but apparently he had a good little run at the end. Did you film that? At least put that in the video where he caught a few.
Oh,
or was that the end of the video?
I think he only caught one. I wish he was here to tell me the story. I don't want to brag or say anything, but he's like, I got a lot to learn, dude. And he's like, you were catching 5-1 in that last stop before we went into the weigh-in. Like,
is he standing next to you, and are you on the scope, or is he in the back?
No, I wasn't scoping. I wasn't scoping.
Okay, gotcha. So, are you fishing the same bait?
Yes. Beast Coast open water sniper jig, 1/2 ounce. I don't know if I thought he had a football head on. I don't know.
So he wasn't using an OD. I mean, why wouldn't he be using the same thing with a
I would think he would.
I mean, I would be grabbing them like give me a half ounce with a Max End General.
I mean, but listen, we literally had a half hour. Everything was wet. It's not like we already kind of knew. We knew we were like, this is about as good as we could do today.
And that's fair. But what I'm saying is the night before, you would think that you would make sure he had a half ounce open water sniper.
I didn't know. I told him what to rig up, but I did not babysit him.
You didn't just throw like 6 jigs at him. Go here, dude. Tie these on. Trust me. Here's a pack of Max Scent Generals, and do it when I tell you to.
No.
I mean, aren't you trying to win?
I can get her done.
Well, you didn't. And so maybe if Tom had the right shit on, you might have won because he could have put a 6 in the boat for you.
Maybe
maybe you'll learn one day how to team fish.
I did so much preparation, man.
Yeah, but that's just you. You got another stick in the boat. You have to learn how to maximize that stick. If I had any feedback for you, bro, that's the feedback I'm going to give you. I'm not a smallmouth king by any stretch of the imagination, but I do team fish a lot. You have to maximize another angler. That's a lot of casts and a lot of presentations. I know you're not always fishing for one single fish, and sometimes there are big fish, as I've shown you in the areas where I'm not looking. I'm just casting. I know you're putting me around.
I feel like Tom has things dialed in too, though.
All right. But if he wasn't throwing an OW sniper in the colors you like, he wasn't fishing.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
I like JP's in the comments. He's got 2 good comments.
Travis, make sure that you have the net, buddy. Touch you. Let me make the cast. No, Matthew, it's not the only thing he throws up there. Caught one on a jerk bait, didn't you?
No,
what I'm saying is you put one in the well that was on a jerk.
4 different presentations we caught fish on that day.
Right.
But I will never not have one on.
Of course. What
and no fish.
Can you tell me which presentations made it to the scales?
Right.
No, which ones made it to the scales?
Oh,
a jerkbait fish I saw.
No,
right?
Jerkbait was a call fish.
Hey, look, the thumbs up just came up.
I see that.
Yeah. There's no balloons now. I don't get why. That's so strange.
Yeah.
All right. So was it 4 on the OW sniper?
0 that kept.
Whoa. All right. There's your answer, Matthew. Do you want to tell us what you were throwing? Or it sounds like you don't because you haven't mentioned it. Yeah. You haven't mentioned it yet.
You'll have to watch the YouTube video.
Now you're talking. Travis, that's a savvy move right there. That's the best thing you said tonight. I like it. That's right. All right. Don't forget to like and share the stream.
Yeah, guys. So I appreciate you letting me tell the long story. But
that's a great story, man. I mean, from the 5-pound bucket of ice just fascinates me because I'm sorry, it's a block of 5-pound ice. And when you
multiple ones, not just one block of.
No, I got it. I got it. But you drop this 5-pound bucket of ice,
and it goes wherever it wants.
Right. It hits and goes. So you got to move out of the way.
And it won't break on the first drop or the second or the third normally.
But when it breaks, then you have to sit there like with an ice pick and chip it up.
If it's a small enough chunk, I stick it in these bags I have specifically. They're like 6mm ice bags. So they're the thick ones.
Okay. So this is for your live well to keep the fish cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
And how many blocks of 5-pound ice do you carry for a tournament day like that in August?
Or at least 4 or 5 gallon buckets of ice.
Wow. That's a lot. Damn. So you fill your live well. Talk about fish care for a sec, because I'm really curious.
Okay, that's a great thing. So
when do you put the ice in?
So here's how we do it in a team event where I only need 1 live well. Okay.
Makes sense.
All right. My first stop, I automatically just fill up the live well.
Right.
Behind my seat, I turn the aerator and the oxygenator. I got 2 air things, whatever in them. Well, I should say this. The Camus
Are you recirculating, Travis?
This is really important. The Camus has a drain out for water.
Mm-hmm.
And then it has a thing that sucks water in while you're running, which I don't understand why you would ever want to do that. So I have that off. It's a water pickup Like it can fill while your boat's on. But I don't need that. So when I stop, I fill it all the way up, but I have my overflow. I have a rubber stopper that I put in there to stop water from going out of the live wells.
Okay.
So I leave it running until I see water seeping up through the cracks and flooding the back of the boat. Okay.
Okay.
Then I turn it off. I put on recirculate, and then I drop one big ass bag of ice, and it has the big chunks. Okay.
Yep.
So then I put the G juice in it.
Mm.
And I also have the floaty pool noodles on the for the lid.
Right.
Then as soon as I catch a fish that's keepable, so depending on the tournament, most fish under 4 don't go in the live well. Okay, they have to be 4 or bigger.
Right.
So the first fish, and normally you have to fizz them. So I'll fizz them. So what I do is I do it right there, right next to the live well. I just fizz it, stick in the live well, pull it, let the air bubbles go, and then I just put him in there. He's good to go. Then the live well behind Tom has a lot of ice in it too that's being used for later in the day because I got another compartment up front that's also used for ice storage. Right. So then that live well gets half full, and that's where we put anything when we're dealing with maybe looking at weights and messing around. We have half just to throw it in there for a little bit. So no fish get clips on them ever.
Okay.
Just one live well is devoted for the big ones. And then we just have to deal with calling. I might clip the small.
How deep?
Well, I mean, you could be in 10 foot water and still have to fizz them, you know?
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow. Why? That's wild.
Just that's how they are.
That's crazy. So when do you realize you need to fizz the fish after you open the live well and check him and he's floating upside down?
No,
I fizz look at his belly. You look at his belly and you notice that.
If it's 10 or deeper, I know I'm probably gonna have to fizz them.
Okay. I got it. All right.
But anyways, no, it's a good. And the water is ice cold to touch. Like it's cold.
That's wild. It doesn't put him in shock.
No.
Like what's the water temperature? What's the water temperature on the lake?
I don't know, 74, 75.
Oh, that's warm. And what do you think the temperature in your cooler or your live well is?
50-ish.
Oh, wow. That's amazing. So they go right in. And it's just like, ooh.
They love it.
They just
you got to remember, dude, that it's also colder. I mean,
down
it's
where they're
at
100
feet.
Oh,
you know
yeah, you're right. You're right. As you go down, it gets colder. So they're coming out of cold water. Interesting. Well, that's cool. So you just keep dumping ice as the day progresses. Do you check the ice, or like every hour you add ice?
No. So like if I stop, I don't want to put those big chunks of ice if I'm running.
Yeah,
because it's probably better to just let it melt before you run.
Right. Okay.
But yeah, that's it. It's a good system. We don't lose fish, and
that's good.
They love life in there.
Yeah.
Try to plug your overflows. You don't want any gap of water between that lid,
because that's how they bounce and get hit, right?
Yeah. You want that full.
Okay. And what's the reasoning behind no clips? JP Harrell's asking.
I feel like it kills them. They don't like that. They drowned. Yeah.
Wow. Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. Very interesting, man.
Yeah.
Fascinating. Well, good start to your derby season. What's your next derby?
If I decide to jump in the Toyota series, I will.
When is that coming?
A couple weeks.
When are you going to decide?
Day before.
Don't wait too long. Didn't you wait too long one time? You couldn't get in?
I don't care. I'll get in. I might not fish it. I'm not an idiot.
But why? You don't feel like right now, if you had to make the decision today, are you in or are you out based on your guiding season so far? I've heard it's been tough to find bigger fish right now.
I'm out.
But isn't that the case for everybody though?
Yeah, but I don't have the time to go look for cool new spots like everyone else.
Because you're guiding and you got Why don't you use half your day guiding or a couple hours each day to like go say that's part of the program, guys. I'm going to show you
from a lot of faraway places to catch fish and not have me poking around looking.
What if some people were all about that?
Please do. I'm in. Let's go. But no, that's not what they want.
How would they know if you're poking around?
You want to go hire a guide? You want to go to Clear Lake?
I'm asking you.
I flew all the way. How about you go see if you can locate something to fish later, like today for us?
How would they know if you're looking or you're trying to find? Just like, guys, I'm trying to find this magic boulder. Were you really just looking for good or better spots?
Maybe
for an hour, they wouldn't know the difference. Don't say yes or no because it's just a thought. Plant the seed. So now you got 7 hours of looking time in a full week of guiding, 9 hours, and you know what I mean. 1 hour.
Guys,
like you've circled an area on a map, and you might find the mega school, the mega load.
When I led last year on day one, I fished that spot for 2 weeks prior every day with guide trips, and we would catch 20, 25 pounds every day off it.
Weren't you starting to think like maybe I should leave this spot alone?
I don't care. I'm gonna.
Well,
if it's good of a spot, it's gonna reload. It's a highway.
Yeah. True. Yeah,
I don't want to. Listen, you can find the best damn spot, and these fish move every day. Like you need to find, if you want to win tournaments consistently, you need to find the highway where there's consistent fish, not something special that for some reason on Wednesday at 2 p.m. there was 25 pounds sitting on this little 40-yard stretch. But then you go back the next day and the next day and the next day and the next day, and they're not there. And then the next day they are there. Okay, if that's the case, you better have 30 of these fucking spots.
I got you. So you want that reload spot. You want that spot. And do you feel like then it becomes the guy who's better at technique to trigger bites from fish that maybe have been fished for over and over and over again?
Play for sure.
Well, clearly you see it in play every day when you guide people, right? I mean, it matters the position of the rod, the slack that you have in your line, when you move the bait and when you don't, right? I mean, a 5-to-1 catch ratio, you're not scoping, he's sitting there with you. Maybe he's throwing an Odo stopper or not. Maybe he's throwing something completely different. Who knows? Yeah. You don't know.
But right now with that 2-hour run from Messina, you have to be on fish. You can't just guesstimate or hope. So that's why
4 hour, you basically will have
4 hours on your short day to go wreck a big bag to compete.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Because you're not fishing in the river. You're going to the lake.
You have to fish the river. That's another thing. We are stuck in the river.
Oh, no lake.
No.
So it's truly a St. Lawrence tournament.
Yeah.
Interesting. So
we'll see. We got a lot of time. Plus, we got to watch the weather. I don't want to sign up now and then have it be crazy wind or something.
Have a hurricane. Yeah, but doesn't everybody have to deal with the same stuff? So isn't that an equalizer? Or your runs
on the water. I don't want to battle east wind, dude.
Your run is longer than most, is what you're saying. You're not going to win. You have a 2-hour run in your mind.
Someone else can win closer to the takeoff that has put the time in there.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't put any time in there.
I know you don't because that's not where you guide. So I get it. You're banking on you have to win that tournament in 4 hours. Because you got 2 hours and 2.
So if I enter, that means I'm on them. If I don't enter, that means I'm not stupid. That's all.
That makes sense.
Sure. Could I compete and try? Absolutely. But
no, that's not the kind of tournament angler you are. You want to go in knowing that you're prepped, knowing that you've had the practice, knowing that you've located the fish to win. You fish to win. There's nothing wrong with that. I don't fault you for it at all. I don't. I get it. You haven't entered a tournament series and you're committed to it no matter what. You fish to win. That's flat out fact. I know you well enough to know that. You go out there every time wanting to win, planning on winning.
Yeah.
Stick with it, man.
Heck yeah.
Well, I hope it works in your favor and you can fish it, man. You do.
I hope so. But I'll be honest, things are not setting up like they have in years past. So
I know you ain't doing it. You've already said it. Whew.
Wow. We'll see. Well, let's talk about your tournament, but first we're going to take a quick commercial break.
Let's do it. That's nice.
I don't really have any. Let me see if I have a commercial for you.
That's why I laughed, because I wasn't sure if you had
I might have one.
It'd be even more amazing. That you've got us ready for a commercial break.
Nothing there. Hold on. There's got to be something.
Page 67 of the manual. You'll be able to locate it instantly. Yeah, the
Oh,
training
here we
manual.
are. Commercials.
Yeah. Hey, if anybody wants to apply for being the next intern at Smallmouth Crush, the position is open and posted on Travis's homepage. No skills required.
Here we go. All right, I got 1 minute. I'm gonna grab another margarita.
Do it, man. How many have you had tonight? One so far? Two. You're going for number 3?
I gotta work tomorrow.
So are you feeling the buzz with 2? I just want to know. And what brand is that?
No.
Is it Camus margaritas for real?
It's Cayman Jack or something.
That's pretty funny. Cayman Jack.
All right, we'll be back shortly, guys. Enjoy. Let's go.
Let's go. Can't hear it. This is a advertisement for Procure Gel, guys, because I can't hear the. Can anybody else hear the volume on this? I can't. Devin, it certainly is, isn't it? Well, guys, this is the advertisement for Procure Gel. It's Smallmouth Magic, which is a mixture of different flavors. It is water soluble, I believe. It's not an oil base, and it has real natural ingredients in it. Procure, there it is. Smallmouth Crush, Smallmouth Crush, Smallmouth Magic, Super Gel, super sticky, super strong, super effective. It's the ultimate. How'd I do, guys? It's only $11.71, and it's still in stock. Get yourself some. Oh, it's also got a Tidal Water special. That's funny. He's not even a Tidal Water expert. Should have come to me. That could have been mine. I can't even believe that, I can't even believe that you did the Tidal Water special like you're a river rat. You fucking hate the rivers that you fished on. You could have given me that opportunity to have an Epic Eric Tidal Water special, the river rat special, dude. But nah, man, you don't think about your co-host, man. I'm still mad at that. I mean, really, guys, who should have done the Tidal Water one? Travis or me? Don't buy the Tidal Water one. Buy the smallmouth one.
Years, who has caught more fish on the Chesapeake Bay, you or me, in the last 4 years?
Who's fished the Chesapeake Bay more, you or me?
What's up, bud?
Yeah. Come on, man. Come on, man. You know I got it all over you on that. I taught you everything you know up there. Biggest bags you ever caught were with me.
Yeah.
Say it ain't so. Say it ain't so.
Shotgunning Zima. A Kohl's commercial for shorts. There was no volume?
No, bud.
What?
No, I tried to tell you. It walked away. I narrated it.
Okay.
Yeah. Now you owe me. Anything you make on that advertisement, I get. Yeah, I had to narrate the whole thing. Furnace Bay Gel.
Oh my God.
Lee said, I'm sold. About to order some now. Great job, Eric. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You could hardly hear it, man. You could hardly hear it.
Furnace Bay Gel. I like it.
Yeah. I'll be coming out with the River Rat. I've called Procure. I've already sent him an email. That's why I walked away. I'll be coming out with the River Rat special. They said that shit is not selling because you're lame on the rivers and you talk smack about them all the time. So how can they sell a product on a river you hate? That's right, LP.
Man.
That's right. You need an intern. Gino says he's going to apply for the intern job. What's it pay? We have some people that want to apply. Okay, so it's an unpaid internship again.
Yes, and I would love to have.
Can you tell the audience and anybody interested what what is the benefit of being an intern at Smallmouth Crush?
So you'll get to be on the YouTube live every Monday at 8 p.m.
Yep.
And hang out.
Okay.
We get to chat with some of the guests after the show, more private.
We do. Yep.
One-on-one stuff.
Yep.
You'll get noticed at boat ramps more often after that.
True.
That's about it.
If you're looking for a career in bass fishing, I'll add this to the mix. It's a great starter for a career in the bass fishing industry.
Is it?
Because you'll get to know. It is. It's a resume builder, man. I mean, if that's where you want to go, right? I mean, think about it. It's a job in bass fishing. And so what are the responsibilities of the intern at Smallmouth Crush? So
really, I'm pretty relaxed when it comes to responsibilities.
You are, though, really? Okay. Will they be subject to any particular podcast if they should visit you at your New York house or drive in the car to a ramp?
I honestly need somebody to wash my boat and truck.
Free?
To rig up stuff when I need it, to get me order baits when I need it, to break ice for me, lay out my outfits.
Layout? Should they have to go into your bedroom?
I always told this is my fantasy. Just let me tell you my true fantasy.
We've heard the fantasy before because you offered $100,000 if you were rich.
Yes.
You would offer this person $100,000 a year.
$100,000 to be my personal assistant a year, dealing with everything with fishing and boat cleaning and maintenance.
Yep.
And all of that.
Right.
Oh, by the way, I do want to give a shout out to Tom. Tom took JP's place temporarily the night before the tournament. Tom was at my house when I was running errands, and he put a new boat winch on my boat.
Yeah, you have a group of friends that do mechanical things for you because
normally it's just JP.
Okay, right.
But
JP, how do you feel about being replaced for a moment in time, JP?
Yeah.
I think he's off. It's 10 o'clock. He's already in bed.
Yeah, he's getting a foot massage.
All right. So if you hit the lottery, that $100,000 position will be open. How much would you have to win in a lottery situation to pay this person $100,000? Think about the numbers and think about what's left.
I thought about that. I think because here's what I would do, honestly. So let's say I won over 100 million and it was after taxes. Okay.
Yes. Net. You've netted 100 million.
Yes. I would set up the palace, get all the toys. That wouldn't take much. That would take $4 million. That's it.
Okay. Where's the palace going to be located?
Up here somewhere on the river.
Are you going to have another palace somewhere else? Down on some salt?
Right away. No.
Really? Interesting. Okay.
Nope. I'd probably freestyle it. But then we're going to get airboats. We're going to get a fiberglass walleye boat.
Yep.
Duck boats, every type of duck boat, puddle duck boat, diver boat, big trucks.
Big boy. Does the intern get a free truck?
No, he gets 100,000 a year.
Not a truck. In addition to it, you netted 100 million. You ain't buying the intern a $70,000 truck.
All right, all my close friends. I'm talking people that text me on a regular basis.
Yeah,
every one of you would have all your debts paid off. House, truck, whatever you got, everything's paid off.
What if I'm debt free?
Debt free. Oh, well.
Let's talk about the co-host. What's that person get?
They get 100,000.
No, the co-host of the show does.
The co-host.
Yeah, talking about me.
You.
Yeah. Well, oh yeah, we're shifting.
Okay, here's what I would do if it was over 100 mil.
Yeah,
I would make sure that the next year I could retire you.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I dig it. There you go. All right. 2025.
That way you could start. Well, here's all we would do on social media. We would come on and do a live whenever we feel like it, maybe once or twice a month.
Right on.
That's it. No more YouTube videos, no more of that. and we're just going to go enjoy our lives, whether that be fishing. We're going to go do the epic tour. What's it called?
The Legendary Lakes. Legendary Lakes.
We'll do that, dude. But then there's got to be more to just that 1 year of Legendary Lakes. There has to be legendary, like just fishing.
Yeah.
Right?
I've got the follow-up thought on that one too. I won't reveal it now because I'm worried somebody will snag it.
Literally, we'll go to Australia to go do something.
Yeah, land down under.
Yeah. I think that's how life would be.
Dude, there's a lot of fishing that I want to experience before I leave the planet.
And then I would definitely try to qualify for any major.
Well, you should definitely going for the elites.
Yeah.
No doubt. You have to at that point. I mean, you're going full open schedule immediately. Well, are you playing the lottery at all? Yes.
Yeah.
Well, you got to play to win. Hell yeah, man! That's awesome.
I'd like to get JP debt free, Tom, Gino, you name it.
Yeah,
Sean. I'll even the people that are regulars here will retire. We'll get them debt free.
That's cool.
Yeah, Steve Hardy, your debt's covered, bud.
I love it. I'll make the same offer.
Kent, actually.
Yeah.
Kent, you know what we'll do for Kent?
Kent could be your intern.
No, we'll give him one job. Kent is in charge of the walleye side of my life.
That's pretty cool. He would like that a lot.
Buy walleye baits. He reads up on the hottest walleye techniques. He
could run 2 guide boats.
He works on I'm not guiding. He works on my walleye boat. He cleans it every night.
Yeah.
Batteries are charged. He takes it to the gas station.
Gasses it up.
He goes out in it.
Yeah.
Because I'll have 2 boats. I'll have 2 bass boats, 2 walleye boats. In case one breaks down, I still can go out.
Right on.
Yeah.
Walleye / salmon boat. Because you're into the salmon thing.
We'll have a salmon boat separate.
You're going to have an exclusive salmon boat.
With 100 mil? Yeah.
That's a lot of that's pretty cool. Yeah. Can you imagine just stroking the checks like that?
You'll be in charge of the fleet, dude. The salmon fleet.
Yes. Be a lot of fun, wouldn't it? Man, I hope that Powerball ticket you're holding right there is a winner.
It's not. I just got the Powerball. I don't know what that's worth. This was from like May 29th.
Oh, well, at least you gave it a shot.
I don't buy them much.
It's fun to even think about. Oh, you never know.
Matthew's like a clubhouse on the lake. We'll have a private club, dude.
Dude, Smallmouth Crush Club.
With like a room with bunk beds, a bunch of bathrooms, big kitchen, gourmet kitchen with granite countertops, a fish cleaning station. You'll be able to park your boat and truck in different slots. And then any fan that wants to come up here, they just say, hey, and I recognize your name on this stream. You're
coming up.
Yeah.
Big fire pit.
Dude. Okay.
Yes. Central, all the cottages emanate from the
reality, right? Thoughts, like we're not thinking big enough.
Yeah. Oh, no, I feel you, man.
This is what I want to do.
Yeah. Yep.
Smallmouth Crush Club, private club.
I like it.
Long driveway, paved with lights, big gate.
Yeah.
You get a code.
Yeah. Nice.
Big bar.
Heck yeah.
We'll fly in. I was gonna say hookers or whatever.
You got the main house. Lobsters coming in.
Helicopter pad there, dude.
Yeah.
No, dude. I'll buy Galoo Island.
Ooh. That would be crazy. Is it for sale? It will be.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be crazy to have a house on Galoo?
I'll pay Mikey Balls $100,000. He'll be the bartender. Holy shit, dude. We're not thinking big enough.
Yeah. Keep going. Keep your
Mikey
free
Balls
rolling.
is the bartender.
I love it. Lee Sisson is the bait designer for hard baits. I got the crankbait section going.
No, this is what we do.
Yeah.
We have a tackle store, but you don't pay for your tackle. Everything's just there that you need.
Right. It's free. It's all set up. Oh, yeah. I could hook that up.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't? Yeah. Huh.
Heck
Oh,
yeah.
BTC. What would BTC be?
He's the producer of the show, easily.
Of what show? We don't have a show anymore. Oh, our live we feel like doing whenever we want?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yep.
So what do we pay him? Well, his
100
debt's
grand.
paid off.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
But now we got the Smallmouth Crush Club. That's going to be $8 million.
Yeah, you got to have somebody running that.
All right. How much money do I need to put in the bank to pay for payroll once I build everything? Would 20 million, would the interest pay everybody's salary?
Probably.
Okay.
Yeah, if interest rates stay at 4%, that's 800,000 a year.
It'd be close.
Yeah. 5% is $1 million.
Okay.
You might be able to get a return of 5.
I can't think of anything else except that's what I want now.
There you go. You
The
put it out there.
Club.
You put it out there in the universe, man.
It's a lodge.
Lodge for sure.
Bro. Why don't we just get like 5 bass boats in case someone does it, and we'll get
just
Fish and Electronics to rig them all.
Yeah.
All the graphs, all the live scopes, and they're just there.
Yeah. Just fly in, drive in, take your own boat out.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Free open water jigs. Just going to the tackle store. Pay what you can afford with you're debt free.
Do you imagine opening night of the Smallmouth Crush private club?
It'd be pretty cool.
Ken Duke, BTC, Matt, Dave
man.
Mercer. Everybody's there, dude.
Everybody. JT Ken. Mikey Balls bartending.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Yeah, bud. You gotta win. Hurry up.
Oh yeah, we'll have duck blinds everywhere, dude.
You only got 16 years to do it. Then the party's over.
You can't expect this. You put it out there, and then the universe does mysterious shit to make it happen.
You heard it tonight. Mark it. I like it.
What are you smoking? I'm not smoking anything. I'm just telling you.
That's what hey, we asked him what his ultimate fantasy was.
Your debt's paid off, bud. You're good to go. You're welcome to the club.
Dave Ramsey would say that's awesome. He wouldn't want you to pay it off, but it's a generous offer.
Tom Pavlot, you're in. Let's go.
That's right.
You're in charge of the fire maintenance.
Absolutely.
The bonfires. Tom's in charge of the bonfires. It's not $100 grand a year.
All right.
It's I don't know. We'd have to figure that out.
Yeah, we'll have to figure out who's on salary for jobs, right? And what jobs do we need? Right. Yeah. And who's getting debt paid off? That's 225 people.
Oh,
that could be a lot. Right.
Wait a second. Let's say there's
I don't know
200
if it's
regulars on this stream.
Yeah.
And the average debt stay is 500,000.
That's a lot.
I'm going to do it right now. Holy fuck.
10 million.
Okay. No, it's 100 million.
Oh, all the money's gone.
So there's no Smallmouth Crush Club.
All right. How about you just agree to pay $100,000 of people's debt off?
Okay. Close friends that are in my contacts, debt free.
Right.
And then a random drawing every month for a viewer.
Okay. Sorry, everybody. If he wins 200 million net, then maybe we could do it, because there's still an extra 100 million after you do the 100 million.
Fair enough.
Right. I'm hoping it's like, what does the Mega Millions pay? What's like a Powerball pay?
It could be anything. 300 million.
All right. So 300 million, then you pay half in tax, 150 million.
That's what I'm saying.
Right. So it just depends on the size of the Powerball that Travis wins, what we can do. And we have to do a spreadsheet with a budget and figure it all out. How many contacts in your list? What's their debt? Right. You know, if they want to share that personal piece of information, how do you verify that? There's a lot of mechanics behind this. Right.
Okay.
And then the paying jobs. And then, you know, how much is the land up in New York? How much is the construction cost for the lodge? Plus all the, you know what I'm saying?
I think we can do it.
Yeah. The boats, the multiple boats, you know.
Maybe not the multiple boats for use. 2 or 3.
Yeah. Just it's there at the club.
Bring your own boat.
Right. BOYB.
We only got 100 million guys. Bring your own fucking boat.
Right.
You know, who do you think we are? Boyd Duckett?
Yeah. What are we, Elon Musk?
Exactly. Could you imagine my own private jet, Smallmouth Crush, and we fly people in the Watertown airport?
That'd be cool.
Do we have any pilots watching?
Yeah, there you go. You could hire a private pilot.
Yeah.
I've been in that scene before, man. I was partners with a guy who had a private jet. He had a beach jet first and then a Challenger. And I took the inaugural trip on the Challenger. I was on the beach jet too. We went to Colorado. We flew to Andros Island a lot. Grand Bahamas. Did the saltwater thing, man. Stayed at a great lodge, man. All expenses paid. I was Dr. Bone multiple years in a row. That was the person who caught the biggest or the most bonefish. I was hard to beat, bro. I was also the 4 times out of 5 years strippers cup champion with a fly rod on flies that I tied right over there.
Yeah.
My name's on that cup 4 out of 5 years. I only fished it 5 years. I won 4 out of 5 years. Didn't matter the format, numbers, size. I beat everybody's ass. They made fun of me because I fished conventional bait casting and spinning rod, and they're like, "Oh, you're not a fly fisherman." I go, "Really? Watch this." And I went to tearing them up, dude. Sharp hooks, best materials on fly tying, best line, always prepped. Fly line was always clean. I could triple haul, if you know what a triple haul is, to really send the line. Accurate caster, good eyesight. Yeah, dude.
We're gonna need guides. We're gonna need guides that know what they're doing up here to take the people that are coming to the club out.
Yep.
So Scooter, we're gonna get Scooter up here.
There you go.
100,000 a year, and he gets a boat and he gets everything paid for.
Hey, Tacklecraft wants to know who's going to be the chef. Great question. Tom is offering to be a guide. TK, you want to move up to New York and be a chef? I mean, he cooks up some nasty crankbait colors.
No, we do need a chef.
I've been at TK's house and they fed me well. I loved what I ate.
Because we're gonna cook like walleye and bluebills and everything. Yeah.
Matthew Weimer says he can make pizza. Jake Squad says
table.
Yeah, a dozen Webers.
We'll have a big ass smoker too.
Oh, I gotta have a smoker.
I don't know how to use it. So we're gonna need the chef needs to be able to smoke, needs to barbecue.
Sure. All that stuff, man.
And clean fish.
Yeah. Huh. Brian Wisniewski says he can fish and he's a world-class chef.
All right.
Tom says he'll run the grill too. It's fire-oriented.
We got a lot of...
Yeah, there's all sorts of things, guys. Just keep brainstorming. Keep dreaming. Keep sending that energy out.
Man.
Be fun, right? That's how life should be if you can make it happen.
It's a year of planning.
Easily.
That's a full-time job.
100%, but you hire that person too.
I always get nervous. What do you do? Okay, let's just say, well, I know what I would do. First of all, nobody would know.
Right.
Lawyers would be contacted.
Sure.
Corporations would be formed.
Trust would be set up.
Yes. But, and it's a dumb question, but let's just say, you know how like your banks are federally insured up to 250?
Sure.
Where do you put the other 900 and you know what I mean? Where do you put that money?
There's something called bonds, T-bills.
All right.
I mean, you have to have a little faith in.
But you know what I mean? You can't just go down your local bank and give them $100 million because it's not all federally insured.
No, they have private wealth managers that do that stuff for you.
That's insured?
Yeah. Well, I mean, T-bills are insured by the full faith and credit of the federal government.
This government? This controlled operation? No.
Find someplace else to put the money, the fiat system that you don't believe in. Now you got a real modern day problem with your brain. I don't know what to tell you, bro. I'm not even trying to coach you. You just have that conversation with the wealth manager, and then you decide what you want to do. Gold, sure. Put it in your mattress. Buy land. There you go. But you got to have your money making money, right? So how do you make money?
We're
right?
gonna have a game too, guys.
Yeah.
We're gonna have a game. Oh, I got it, man. I got it.
Sean says, buy some gold and go to Switzerland. Swiss banks, baby.
We're going to have a contest every year, and it's going to be a little different. But the first year's contest is a scavenger hunt, but it's not like any other scavenger hunt you ever had.
Okay. What are you doing?
It's worth $100,000 in gold.
Nice.
What I'm going to do is sink a big barrel of gold, and you have to use your live scope and side image on Lake Ontario to find it. But in the meantime, while you're looking for that gold, if you find any other big ass boulders, all coordinates go to me.
I like it.
Right?
It's good. And there's a minimum number of boulders you got to turn over before you keep the gold. In case somebody goes, I found the gold, but I found one boulder. Yeah, well, it's not your it's not your gold. Yep.
Yeah. Well, it'd be a fake gold. It wouldn't be the real gold, but
right.
It'd be something you have to find, and we'll give you clues. We'll give you clues. We'll say something like,
"Don't drop it in Canadian waters."
Yeah, right. We'll say, it's very. I don't know. What's some clues?
I don't know. You'll figure it out.
You might want to look in a ducky place, but don't forget about
the poopy galoo.
Yeah, the Black River.
We'll
do clues.
Right. It looks like
if
the city of
Atlantis. By a salmon, you're very, very hot.
Right. I like it.
If you see a ghost in an abandoned building, you're very, very hot. So you have to follow the show to get the clues.
Yes, we've had episodes.
Drop it right there, bud.
Bingo.
I might drop it by the fish ladder. Wouldn't that be the epic spot? Right,
that would be
fish ladder.
Yeah, people have to go under the fish ladder. Now you can't do it. See, stop.
Find George, and you'll find the gold.
Even better.
Yes.
Especially if he's under the water.
George, I'll pay George's debt off too.
Okay, it's very nice of you. You can get him a fizzing kit while you're at it in a lesson.
Oh man,
you're rolling. The margaritas are talking tonight, bro.
No.
Oh man, that's hilarious, man. That's good stuff. I like it.
All right, good enough. Let's talk about your tournament, man.
Dude, there ain't much to report, man. We lost by 2 as well.
What lake?
Potomac. I filled in for Billy Kramer, man, with Kevin Zott. Bill and Kevin, if you guys listen to the show, you'll know Bill Kramer's name. He's probably one of the OG river rats on the Potomac River. I don't know anybody that's been fishing it longer, won more money, more boats, more trucks, more cash, prize winnings. He's an absolute stud. Power fisherman. I met Bill, man, wow. Let's see. I was at registry and I met him in the 90s. So I'm coming up on like knowing Bill for close to 40 years. And we fished a lot together. I go out with him to practice for tournaments. So he's up in Canada right now because his brother has an old ski lodge that he bought, Travis. And nobody skis there anymore, but it's just like this lodge. They own the land around it and lots of lakes. So he's up there walleye fishing. So I usually get the first call to fill in for Kramer when he's out. So fished it with Kevin Zott, and he'd been out practicing. I've been on the river all year, and we worked his program, got an early limit. It was pretty cool because there were a couple bite windows where he doubled up at the same time. That's really neat to see those fish turn on. There was a strong south wind where we were fishing. You really rely on tide and tidal flow and movement, and that south wind backed the water in. So the water never really dropped out. So the fish, so he had to pivot. The area that he really was banking on, there was no current, and those fish and the water was high and never came out. And you really needed that water to drop to really load the boat. And so we pivoted. Yeah, we pivoted last minute, went to a ditch on the river that we both know. and this is where I found my little technique. And we called twice there. We just ran out of time. They were calling for small craft advisory, and the wind and weather came.
When did
so
you
they
have
listen? They shortened the tournament day till 2 o'clock. They shortened it.
Needed to win
16, and that's what won it.
What'd you have?
13.
Huh.
We were 2 calls short of winning. In the weighmaster,
you said 2 ounces.
I was saying 2 to build it up to make you laugh. We were 2 short as well. See, I slipped it.
You weren't even in second or third place.
Not even close.
Oh,
the weighmaster, but it was really cool. The weighmaster. So anyway, we're in this little ditch, and he calls with about 15 minutes left, and he goes, absolutely last cast. We called last cast like 4 times. We had to go, and I saw a little clump of grass, made my cast, literally laid it gently right next to it. It was a long cast, by the way, and then let it float with a little current, because the current the tide started finally moving. It floated by. I watched the fish pick it up, walked off, 3-pound call, jammed him in the well, just grabbed one of the small fish, dumped him out, ran back. We had like 3 minutes left for weigh-in, so that's way close, cutting it way close. He normally likes to be in a lot earlier than that. And so the weighmaster, I'm looking at the fish, and all of a sudden the fish are looking bigger to me because he dumped some. They absolutely make you wait to get your weigh-in bag. And so he put some G juice in the well. Those fish darkened up because I was looking at them as they were light throughout the day, right? So when we dumped them in, we didn't weigh one fish. We didn't weigh one fish. We didn't balance beam any fish. I'm sure we threw fish away that were probably 5 ounces heavier than one or the other. His scale was broken. And I don't even know if he had a call beam in the boat. He's like, man, just pick whenever you think. And I'm like, okay, dude. And he was doing it too. And I'm like, he clearly, anyway, because the day did not go like he wanted. So he was a little bit frustrated for sure. But he caught him pretty good. So did I, especially in this last ditch. We must have caught 30 fish in this ditch, but none would help. And so the weighmaster, when I put the fish in the bag, in the sink, basically, I'm looking at him going, man, that's a pretty good sack. I'm thinking 15. And he goes, I'll tell you when I feel the bag. So he puts them all in the mesh bag, and he goes, 14.97. And he knew it was lighter than that. He gamed me so good, man. And he just smiled at me, and I posted that on my story. I laughed my ass off, and he was laughing his ass off too. He gets better luck next time. Anyway, I don't know what we ended up. A lot of boats though. Nobody caught him good, man. I thought somebody was going to crack 18 for sure. But when I saw the tide, the tide, summertime gets snotty on the Potomac. And if you don't have a good tide and with a south wind fighting that out going, because it was coming right down the chute, it just stalled it for us. And where we were, you had to have tide to make those fish bite.
Where was the tournament out of? Pennsylvania,
Virginia side. Yep. But it was fun to get out there, man.
I should ask you to fish. Would you have been able to come up and fish a tournament?
Yeah, I could have done it. If you let me cast and we figure out a system where 2 rods can put fish in the boat. I mean, most of the time I fish with you, unless it's a tournament, I feel like we fish well together. In a tournament, you turn into this Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde guy. You're stressed. You're snapping at me before the tournament starts. I'm just like, what? Yes, you are a stress ball. That last fish, the tournament we fished on, absolutely.
Because it was my tournament. I stress at my own events, but I don't give a
I'm talking about the Chesapeake Bay one. The last 2 tournaments we fished together, Smallmouth Crush Open and the Chesapeake Bay tournament, you literally were a bundle of nerves before we made a first cast. And I'm going, what is going on with this man? Who is he? You're normally so cool and calm and collected. You know, we jab at each other. We have fun. We're laughing, getting ready for the next day, shooting videos. If we could fish that style, and look, 99% of the time when I'm with you and we're shooting a video, I'm putting meat in the boat. Yeah. That's a fact, dude. That's a fact. I don't care what we're doing. Cranking, finesse techniques, whatever we're doing, I'm contributing to the video. And that makes me feel good. When we're tournament fishing together, maybe the first couple of tournaments we fished where I did lose a 5 and we should have won. And, you know, we got that second place big fish, or my fish was second place big fish. Yeah, we should have won. We should have won that tournament. That's on me. I didn't retie. Lesson learned on my Nico rig before anybody was Nicoing.
That's why I feel like, yeah. It happens, dude.
You've been there. We've all been there.
Okay. Yes, I freaked out when you lost that fish, but if I lost that fish, I would freak out as well.
I got it. I wasn't mad at you for freaking out. I was pissed too, man. Are you kidding me? That is a first place finish, not a third place finish, and it's big fish. In addition, we sweep the field.
Yeah,
we sweep the field, and I made both calls of the spots we fished. That's a fact. I took us to our first. Well, you took us to your first spot. You caught the first fish of the day, which didn't make to the weigh-in.
Where's the first spot?
You had this little magic log that you liked in a feeder creek, and you caught a fish off that log. Right. And then we went to my area, which was rock, and we were catching post spawners, and I was dragging that jig.
I don't know anything.
I was dragging that jig. Right. Doesn't matter. I did.
We didn't know nothing about that other area.
I did.
Where you lost that fish, though.
I fished. That's no bullshit. I said, let's go. And you're like, no, that's been pounding on. I said, don't give
that's my spot.
That's my spot before I ever met you.
That spot every day, guide.
Before I ever met you, bro. I've been fishing the Upper Bay before you were born.
You go below underneath the rope.
I go everywhere you've ever been on that river. I've been. There ain't a place.
Cocoa Creek. I took you there.
You don't think I've been in the back of that creek?
You haven't been up there like I did.
You're smoking something,
you
bro.
Wade through snake-infested weeds to get back where I did.
I wouldn't have done that for sure.
All right.
No, but I have been stuck in creeks in dirt many a time in my bass fishing career. Dude, I ran a tracker before I met you, a tin boat. I could get anywhere in that thing. I had a push pole and multiple bass boats. When I was younger, I would do crazy stuff and get stuck and flower pot, run in a ditch.
Not anymore.
To the very back. Yeah, bro. Hitting logs. Oh my gosh. I can't believe some of the stuff I used to do at a bass boat.
My trolling motor is scratch free, dude.
I get it. Believe me, when you bought that first nitro and we went way in the upper Chesapeake, you wouldn't even get close enough to fish the cover we needed to fish. And I'm like, what are you doing? You're in 12 feet of water. You're on a bank. I ain't going up there, man. Whatever.
I used to.
I know you did.
My first ever bass boat, I had $20,000 in fiberglass repairs with scratches and nicks.
That's unbelievable. That is a lot of loot. But you were doing what you thought you needed to do to catch them. I get it.
I didn't know any better.
Man, you did what you thought you needed to do back then, right? There are dirt daubers and then there are offshore guys, right? You know,
so
and clearly live scope changed the game.
This morning with my clients, nobody was at the ramp, so I just backed in and I tied them up at the dock like 5 feet from the trailer, right? And I gave them instructions to hold this fucking boat right here and don't let it touch the dock.
Right.
And as I'm pulling out, Jacob Wheeler's pulling in.
Oh, snap.
So, and he's quick. He's all unstrapped already. I don't know what the hell. So I'm panicking because I know he wants to get in.
Right.
So I go park real quick and I run from the parking lot to the ramp.
Right.
And he's already off the trailer and he barely, I'm sure he's not going to hit the boat, but
he came close. Too close for your comfort.
Fuck.
Did you say hi, Jacob?
No, I don't say hi to Jacob. I said hi to Gray Buck. He was launching next.
Oh, you know Gray.
There's a MLF tournament up here, I guess, that starts this week. So.
Oh, wow. That'll be interesting.
Yeah, I talked to John Murray actually, the morning of the tournament.
Yeah.
He was chatting with me for a little bit.
Where are they launching?
I think they're out of Waddington.
And how far is that run to the lake?
They can't go to the lake. They have to stay in the river.
Oh, okay, so they're fishing the mouth of the river if they're launching it.
Yeah.
You were launching at Cape Vincent, or were we launching?
This morning I was out of Clayton.
Clayton. Okay, so they were launching in Clayton so they could be in the river, but close enough to the mouth where they could.
Devin goes, they can trailer.
To the lake?
I think they're just in the river only.
Okay, but they can trailer anywhere they want to launch their boats in the river.
Interesting. That's great. So this whole week of guiding will be.
Oh, maybe you'll learn something.
How? You have to watch it, I guess, huh?
Sure. Yeah. Well,
I'll tell you what. I think that format is still catch a bunch of small fish, like any fish counts type of thing.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I know what I would do to catch hundreds of 2.5.
What would you do?
Pounders. Well, there's a couple places I would just stay at.
Oh, places. Okay. Got it.
Yeah.
I wonder if anybody's going to tune into this show.
I don't know.
And if you said where those places were, it would be legal for them to watch the show and then fish those places.
It would.
What would you have tied on?
Probably a net, or you could probably catch a bunch of 2.5s with a drop shot too.
Yeah, and
I'm talking
how many guys will be shaking a minnow? How many guys will be shaking a minnow?
No, because you're okay. So let's think here. This is not a 5 big fish. This is as many as you can catch. So if you catch
2 pound minimum,
so for the average guy, I'm gonna say for the average tournament angler right now, because I know this river pretty well. Like I know how it's fishing. I think you would in 8 hours.
Yeah, what is going to take?
I think you're going to have, if you have a good day, you could bust 26 to 27 pounds. Okay.
Yep.
But that's just 5 or 6 fish.
Sure.
And then you're going to have, say, 8 or 9 4-pounders.
Yep.
And say another 8 or 9 3-pounders.
Okay.
But if you were just targeting
2 pounders, 2 pound minimum, supposedly
hundreds of those.
So somebody could weigh in 200 a pound.
Sure.
That would be amazing. You should go out one day and prove the point to say, if I was fishing MLF, this is what I caught, and just shoot the video nonstop and see how many 2 pounders you can put on the scale.
I should.
That would be amazing. These guys don't know what they're doing.
There's a couple areas where you could literally, there'll be hundreds of 2.5s.
Wow.
And they all go down to the drop shot and compete over it.
That's amazing.
So you would probably catch.
Do you feel like those areas are obvious enough for someone in this tournament to find? Oh, wow.
Every 3 to 4 minutes.
That's crazy.
So what would that be?
20 fish an hour, 2.5 pounds, 40 pounds an hour. And how many hours do they fish?
I don't know.
Isn't it 8-hour tournament day? They might lay off it once they know, looking at Score Tracker, where they stand, so they don't burn the school. Just guard the school and then come back.
Oh, there's hundreds.
That's crazy.
I got a spot, dude. Like, I got a spot. I'll call it a warm-up spot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think I've taken you there. Remember a spot where we would drop down and everyone was 2.5 pounds, but there was hundreds?
I remember you talking about a spot like that we got. There was nothing there.
I know you. It's probably the first time you ever dropped.
Yeah. No, Travis. Travis, do you see the 12th place amateur division, September 1996?
Okay.
Guess what I did in Blue Plains on the Potomac River? Drop shotted a 4-inch purple power worm that I cut the curl tail at an angle to make it actually before Yamamoto invented the cut tail worm, because I didn't think you were supposed to drop shot with a curly tail worm, and I had no straight tail worms at that moment in time, and I knew they ate that worm on the river. It was a power bait by Berkeley, and I drop shotted with Ken McIntosh, and he's like, "What are you doing?" And I said, "I read about this in some crazy magazine. I don't even remember where I read it. I did it. I beat his ass, and he was leading day one. He got so frustrated he left."
I want to have a topic.
1996.
I want to have a topic, and I want us to really think hard
Yeah.
About baits that we've used in the past that have produced that for some reason we no longer use. Do you have some items that you can think of?
Look behind me.
I know.
Are you kidding me?
But like your go-tos back in the day, or like something.
Yes. This basement is full of them.
Talking about a curly tail worm reminded me of something that,
dude,
I still have them in my go-to. I even have a go-to box in my boat. It says smallmouth finesse go-to bait.
Yeah.
And I never even touch it.
It's crazy to me because it would be really cool if that's all you took out one day and shot a video. Look, I'm sure people continue to watch what you do, but it does get a little monotonous when it's like OW sniper jig dragon on the bottom. Okay, great. If somebody wants to win a tournament, fine. But variety is the spice of life. And it would be a neat challenge to say, hey, I wonder if these baits still work.
They do.
Did the smallmouth, and can it hang with the OW sniper? Maybe, maybe not. You know, it's not power bait versus power bait, but do you slather it up with your Procure, or do you soak it in Procure? So now you're giving that old regular plastic that might be stale and stinky because it sat in your garage for 40 years, you know, give it the shot that it deserves, infuse some scent in it. That's the kind of stuff that turns me on.
I'm going to name 3 baits right now that I should just start using. I'm a trailer. I used to be the biggest 3-inch chigger craw dude on the planet.
Magic.
I haven't used a chigger craw in 4+ years.
Yep, that's crazy.
Right?
You Carolina rigged it with me.
Sure.
Yeah.
RoboWorm made a curly tail worm.
Yeah.
Lights out. Haven't used it in 4 years.
Yep.
Man's Devil Spear. Haven't used that in 6 years. I remember a day on Lake Ontario when I first started coming up here.
You talking about the Stingray grub?
The Stingray.
Yeah. Berkeley made the Devil Spear. It was Ike bait.
Sorry, the man's Stingray.
Yeah.
Me and Kevin Baker
just mashed them
8 years ago. Didn't know shit.
Just mashed them.
Drop shotting that stupid thing.
I'll go out with you any day you want to throw old vintage stuff.
Bro, I was helping him with a fish and just laid my drop shot on the side of the boat and picked it up, and there was a 6-pound with that bait.
TK says reverse auction coming up where Manson buys back all the good old shit he auctioned off. Exactly. Ain't no doubt, man. Ain't no doubt. That blue fleck power worm still catches them to this day. 7-inch and 4-inch. And a jig head worm, which is basically the original.
Instagram ads got me today.
Did they? What do you mean? What'd you get?
Well, I took 2 screenshots. I'm going to show you one. Here's one.
Yep.
That looks like Hank Cherry.
Yeah, it does.
Talking about a bait that I'm excited about.
All right.
And the next one is this one. I took another screenshot.
All right.
So I'm kind of excited about these 2 baits.
That's good.
Yeah,
that's good. I mean, we love fishing. We love
Kent's in the house at 10:30.
Yo, Kent, man,
Kent,
congratulations!
Watch the stream. If you have not watched this stream, you need to rewatch it. You're on my payroll. You're going to be running my salmon fleet. You're going to get paid $100,000 a year. You need to be watching the whole thing.
Yep. I told him to come on tonight. He goes, "No, man, that's not me," because I want to, ask him how he beat you so badly. He says, "Not me, man. Not me. Not doing it."
Yeah. Oh shit, Sean. I'm sorry. You asked that question on a post earlier. So my lineup for the jerk baits, I use a St. Croix Victory. I'm gonna guess it's a 610. It's like a medium extra fast, I believe. Cryo 200, 10-pound Yozuri, and that's it. But it's I rip it this time of year. Rip it real quick. Rip. Short stop. Rip. But halfway back, if I don't see it on live scope and don't see a fish on it, if I don't see it on live scope, I'm going to give it just a little bit longer pause and then do a couple more, one another rip and then reel it in and cast again. You do want a long pause on the jerk bait if you can help it at some point, even when you're ripping it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
At least
yeah. Let's hear it from everybody. What was one of your go-to baits that you just stopped throwing? Name your number one go-to bait that you just stopped throwing and you don't know why.
Huh.
I revived some of mine by different presentations.
You know what honestly, you know what would be the coolest thing, dude?
Yeah.
Is to bring tried and true largemouth baits that we have confidence in, but try them on smallmouth only.
Dude, I brought a beetle spin up and threw
No, I know, but like, okay.
What do you mean? I mean, that was a bait in my
Soft
past
plastic.
that I was okay.
Finesse soft plastics. Name something that'd be cool. French fry. Why wouldn't it work?
Fish doctor.
Why don't they use the French fry more?
I don't know.
We could bust them up on that stupid thing.
Smallies would love it. Absolutely. Yeah.
Even the Berkeley power worm.
For sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I would be die to know. I mean, that would be fun. Ringworms. Would they eat them? Probably.
Maybe.
I don't know. But it would just be fun to like see a fish, throw it at him and go, well, that didn't work. Or like, holy cow, they're responding.
Andy goes tube and absolutely don't know why because I cuffed. Andy, I'm right with you, man. I'm a tube freak. And
yeah, when's the last time you threw a freaking get bit tube? You can't remember. Right. You can't remember. You'd rather throw the $6 jig.
I drag a tube.
Yeah.
A drift. I make drifts with tubes still.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Tube, why wouldn't you?
Yeah, right.
There's this. I even ordered those special colors like 2 years ago. I remember that I got crazy about a couple colors and
oh my gosh, absolutely, man.
They're just sitting there. I did a special run just 2 years ago. I did a special run color. I had to buy a massive amount of tubes to get it.
When's the last time you threw it?
2 years ago for like a day.
That's just crazy. Crazy.
So dumb.
It's nuts.
Could you imagine getting a tube and then squirting it up with that smallmouth crush magic or the Procure Goby or whatever?
Oh, they would just get like a bite juice thing, man. They would never. Oh my gosh, we just
get ready, stupid ass Neds. I'm going back to tube. How about dropping a tube? Oh my God,
cracking a tube,
dropping a tube on these fish.
Kraken was part of my way to generate a bite on the Potomac and grass this week with that new little bait. Not the tube. It wasn't the tube.
Oh man, these are some good ideas. How about a Senko? As dumb as this sounds, I know you largemouth guys throw it all the time, but I've caught hundreds of smallmouth on Senkos years ago.
Oh my God. I would love to throw
shallow fish.
I would love to see a 7-inch Senko, see if they eat it and a bigger fish eats it.
Just a regular
4-inch. Sure. 5 for sure. Yep.
Dude, in my second year bass fish, 2008.
Hula grub. God dang, yes.
Listen, Eric, in 2008, we cashed a check up on Sturgeon Bay.
Yep.
We stayed on one specific spot all day. No live scope, nothing. 2D.
Yeah.
And I drop shotted a 5-inch, and I still have maybe I sold them in the auction. I gotta still have them.
Yeah.
It's this purplish 5-inch real Senko.
Yeah.
And we wacky rigged it on a drop shot.
5 inches and caught big ones.
And we sat on that same spot for 2 days, a 2-day tournament.
And what'd you weigh each day?
We had good bags. We almost won it.
Wow.
On a 5-inch Senko. The last time I dropped a 5-inch Senko was probably that fucking tournament in 2008.
That's so crazy.
Wow.
You figure the 5-inch Senko would probably get a bigger bite.
Why don't I drop shot a 5-inch Senko anymore?
I don't know. We just get stuck in these ruts, man. It would be cool to keep one bag of each of those things in the boat to go, you know what? I can't trigger these fish for these normal presentations. Try it and see what happens.
Yeah.
That's
Or
cool.
Sean brought up drop shot in a 2.5-inch tube. I can't. I've caught them. When was the St. Clair Bass Open? In 2010 was the last time I drop shot at a 2.5-inch tube.
Crazy. Crazy.
Wow.
Crazy. 4-inch
Sweet
watermelon
beaver.
red
I
flakes.
can't.
Oh my god.
I'm largemouth fishing. I got a sweet beaver. I'm flipping a sweet beaver
for sure.
People still. That's not.
No.
Isn't that still a go-to? Maybe.
I'll tell you what. Bait this weekend. Caught a few on it.
Smallie beaver on the back of a Beast Coast open water sniper would get bit.
Oh yeah, that was the original frickin'. Wasn't that the original thing you threw in Wisconsin with that guy?
Yeah.
Or was it?
Oh, dude, I didn't even remember. Yes.
Yes, you told me about that. Smallie beaver. Yes.
Fuck. And I have my boat every day in that compartment.
It's crazy. We just get, you know, it's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. Good stuff, man. Good brainstorm. Good visioning on the dream scenario for you. That was awesome. Good tournament recap. Good Curious George story. Good run-in story, man. You were on point tonight, man. Drink more margaritas.
This might have been the best live ever.
Dude, we've had a lot of great lives over the years.
All right.
We've had some super hilarious moments and super productive lives. Hey, even some great technique-driven lives, man. There have been some hilarious moments that bring us both to
right
tears.
Now, this was my favorite live I've ever done. And I've only had 4 of these Camus Jacks, okay?
I'm happy for you, man. I'm super happy for you. I like seeing you happy.
I just told Camus Jack a bunch of, but everybody on this stream, this shit is good, okay?
I'm getting
delicious.
Some.
Delicious.
Yeah, I'm getting some. You enjoyed them, man.
So Cayman Jack, whoever makes you,
sign us up.
If you'd like to advertise on our show, we already sold thousands of dollars of these in the next couple of weeks.
We will. That's exactly right, man.
That's right.
Good stuff, man. For a short show, you really hung in there hard.
Yes.
You always say it. It always goes long. Ain't nothing short about it, bro. All right, man. You ready to wrap?
Yeah.
All right, man. Good job tonight, man. Very impressed. You had a lot of energy. Your brain was working. I can see that you've been eating and drinking clean. And good work, man. You brought it tonight, man. I enjoyed myself. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the comments were fantastic. They're always hilarious, man.
You guys did good.
You guys did good in the chat too.
I don't know how we're ever going to top this one.
I don't know, man. We'll give it our best.
I know. Listen, I want to make listen. I know I'm so lame. Many lives. Like if you had to rate yourself, like I go to bed. Like I don't care, but I go to bed. If I cared, I'd be like, "Fuck, man, it was a dumbass show." You know what I mean? Like, why would people even watch this? But tonight, I feel good about it.
That's what I'm talking about, man. Hey, we brainstormed on like old go-to lures, man. You went through a list of some great smallmouth lures. You might have inspired somebody out there to dig into their freaking tackle collection and go and have a great day on the water, man. That's what this is all about. Yeah. Spark some creativity. Maybe you inspired some people to think big and do something different with their life, man. That's what I'm talking about. Try something that you talked about tonight.
No, it wasn't that tough of a bite. I should have been more clear. They got to set the hook harder. It was kind of just a reel.
Yeah.
It was a real day.
I mean, if they have a ultra thin wire hook and it's a pressure set, maybe they can do that. But if
I'm gonna tell you a dirty secret right now.
Do it.
I'm going to give you a confession at 10:45 p.m.
We're ready.
I feel bad asking Derek for more Beast Coast open water sniper jigs.
But
so I have a few for me in the future, but I just ordered 100 off of JP. I paid cash. Dude, I don't know what to do. We burn through 20 jigs a day minimum.
Wow.
20 times 5 guide trips a week. It's 100 jigs a week I go through.
Throw a lighter jig. That's all I'm saying.
Don't work that way. I literally asked for JP's jig. I said, how much can you get them for? I just PayPal'd the guy tonight. He's making me up 100 of them just to get me by on some of these
trips.
Clients that don't watch the stream, that don't really care, that don't.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's when I'd pull that one out.
Yeah.
But I'm burning through snipers, dude.
All right.
I feel bad. I asked Derek, what do I have a conversation with? Should I ask Derek to order me some at cost? Like
yes.
I'd pay him?
Yes.
Maybe I do that.
I think that's the way to do it.
Like I don't know what to do anymore.
I think that's what you have to do.
I'm not joking when I say we lose 20 a day.
No, I got it. I think that's what you have to.
What's that retail? If they're just $5 a piece, well, $100 a day. So I'm burning 100 in gas, 100 in jigs.
That's not good.
That ain't a living.
It's too much.
And I feel bad. Derek's been really good at sending me jigs, okay? But there's a point where I feel bad.
Right. Well, maybe, I don't know. Depends on how much he's selling.
I mean, he's selling a lot, but
I think you just have a conversation with him and see what happens. Wholesale is not a bad plan.
Yeah.
To augment what he's sending you. He's not losing on it. He's not selling them, obviously.
Sure.
But he just ups the order.
Right. I got to do that.
I mean, I have to.
And then our trailers, bro, like as dumb as it sounds, I just did another. I thought I'd be good for the summer last month. And I just placed another tackle warehouse order for, I bought 40 green pumpkin, 40 cinnamon purple, and 40 black powder, little generals. And then I bought 20 packs of twin tails from Yamamoto.
Oh, that's expensive.
That wasn't cheap.
No, dude, that's God. What is that order?
I got free t-shirt, you know.
We all got those free t-shirts. That's not cheap.
No.
Dude, that hurts. That's $8 a pack.
I know.
Damn.
I know. And all these MLF Berkeley pros are just getting it for free. What's it cost Berkeley to make a pack of fucking little generals? 35 cents?
I have no clue. No clue. I don't know. But you got to figure a way to get your costs down. That's a fact.
I do. Everyone else is good. Like Great Lakes Finesse, all the baits I throw. Like the only things, what do I really burn through? The Berkeley products.
Wasn't Great Lake Finesse coming out with a football jig?
Yep. No. Just a regular finesse jig. But I like their football heads.
Great football head.
The Z-Man Nedlocks jig heads. We burn through those.
But at least you get those at a good price.
I used to maybe a year ago. He hasn't replied to my email this year.
Oh, that hurts.
So I've been just buying them from Tackle Warehouse.
God, that's painful. Oh, man, that hurts. Dang, dude.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just trying to think of my big tackle. And then there's that new bait.
You might have to learn how to pour lead in the winter.
There's that new bait that we can't talk about just yet.
Right.
That I pay costs for. on eBay most of the time because you can't find them in stock.
Oh, damn.
I spent up to $25 for a pack of 8 of these.
What?
Matt was at my house and offered me like $100 a pack the other day.
You're joking.
No, I said, I'm sorry, bud.
Are we talking a minnow shape bait?
Yeah.
Oh my God, are you kidding? He offered $100 a pack.
Well,
they're in stock again at
no, they're
another
not.
place.
Where?
I'll have to tell you offline.
Are they?
Because somebody's going to go buy them unless they already sold out. And I might have an alternative for you.
Find me the alternative because I can't find that one either.
I know it.
They're not.
I know it.
Okay.
Just hang on and don't hang up after the show.
Yeah, let's talk for sure.
Yeah. Yep. Kent says we'll pour the lead for you.
I know.
I'm
gonna have to start dragging the tube more.
I think that's your answer. Why don't you marinate? Why don't you marinate those tubes like you did, right? You know the way to get the scent in there, right? It ain't Max scent. And then keep your beat up Max scent ones and just stick a little piece on the back of the tube.
Right. I try.
Right.
I get weird. That black powder loses, it turns gray.
It does.
They tear. They do tear pretty easy.
Easy. Wish there was a way to toughen them up.
But then what's wrong with the Z-Man TRD? I used to catch thousands of fish with that.
I have a thought for you.
Okay. That would last longer.
I have a thought for you. But I'm not going to talk about it now because it definitely is a PHYXTV thought.
Okay.
You need to hang on. I have 2 thoughts for you now. One, you can find a replacement for the minnow style bait we're talking about, or the one that Matt wanted, maybe if they still have them, because it was just recent where they restocked. And 3, I have an idea for you using Z-Man products on another thing.
Okay.
So I think we need to end the stream and talk real fast because I'm going to lose all these thoughts.
And then we got to go to bed. I got to work in the morning.
All right. That's right. And until next time.
I don't even have my outfit picked out for tomorrow yet.
You'll be fine. It won't take long.
I bet you'll be really short 7-inch Legend shorts with some Z-Man free t-shirt with some sort of free extra large hoodie with my hat of choice.
Perfect.
Yes.
That's a great outfit. I did.
There you go.
Nice, man. Great job tonight, Travis. Thanks everybody for your comments. And as always, like and share. Like and share, please.
Next time.
And use the Tackle Warehouse link that Travis provided earlier if you're going to purchase.
I'm going to put in the notes for those that are watching.
Right.
If you use this link, you're going to help support Smallmouth Crush. We really appreciate it a lot.
That's right. And that Bass Lab link, man, I do this stuff for fun. I ain't making any money on it. Maybe a little. But
Tim goes, we all got to work in the morning, Trav. I didn't think of it like that.
Exactly.
Holy shit. 150 people still watching at 11 o'clock at night. We're supposed to have a short night, and all we do is ramble around. If we won $100 million, I'd build the biggest Smallmouth Crush private club on Galoo Island, where I'd have to fly you in, and you get all rigged bass boats. And oh my God. We got to go.
We gotta go. We gotta go. We gotta go. Till next time. We'll see you on the water.
I'm out. Shut this thing down.
Great show, bro. Good job, man. You rolled tonight.